What up, what up, what up? Welcome everybody. As I quickly edit the music, I'd like to welcome you all to the Strimstream, hosted on the DDO stream tonight. It's a pleasure to be here, to get to join all of you for this wonderful adventure. We're going to have a fun time today. We're going to start off by listening to some of the music of Chance Thomas, who is one of the main composers of the game Lord of the Rings Online. I'd love to get some DDO music, so I'll try to do that in the future. But for now, that's what we're listening to. The music's pretty good. It's all upbeat and jovial. Some of it's kind of downbeat, but whatever. Anyways, today we're going to be doing a couple things. For starters, we're going to be doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a starter pack. Starter pack for the game. It comes with 250 turbine points, the Catacombs quest pack, a hireling that stays in your inventory permanently so that one character will always have a hireling on them. And yeah, I think it also has a cosmetic pet and some XP potions. Super, super cool thing. It's going to be being given away at 8:30. If you'd like to participate in the giveaway at some point during the stream, please just type anything in that chat box, anything there. You contribute to the chat. You can even say hi. You can even say screw you, Strimtom, I hate you. You'll be eligible for the giveaway because the program I have just reads the chat box. So, I mean, I could do it manually, but I'm really lazy. I don't want to do that. I'd rather have a bot do everything. And you know I believe in bots because I'm playing a robot myself. Yes, thank you, Technical13, for linking that. So, let's get started. Where do I want to start with today? Well, first, no matter what, we're always starting with the weekly gold roll. I do this every time. Thank you, Enemy Food. I love it. Charging up the morale, getting ready to go. And of course, just like last week, we're rolling under the 20, so we got a 7 this week. But that's okay. That's okay. I got that. You see that platinum? I got 9,000 platinum pieces. That's crazy. That's like 3 res scrolls. Whew. That's what I'm talking about. Doing our silver roll as well. Picking up even more currency, 1,000 platinum pieces. I love this. Oh, you guys. So, you can filter out a selection. Yeah, so I can filter out certain people that don't want to be in it, and I'll be able to do that. But yeah, so let's talk. So, talking about the build. This is really quick. How's it going? So I made this on stream 3 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago? I think it might have been 3 weeks ago. I don't remember. And the idea behind it was to play a wizard, just any kind of wizard, that uses the brand new enhanced Force Blast or Arcane Blast and Arcane Bolt spells and uses only 4 spells. No elemental spells. I don't use elemental spells. Look at this bar. Do you see elemental spells? Okay, you see Fire Shield there, but that's because I get it out of the tree. You see Ice Storm there, but that's because it scales off of force damage. Anything else? No, nothing there. Nothing there at all. And the reason is because it's a self-limiting challenge. Game, I want to make it a little bit harder, make it a bit more exciting. So I'm essentially just doing this to, test out the new abilities. They recently changed Arcane Blast, they buffed it, so it now has Metamagic feats applied to it, and it scales fully with spell power. Same with Arcane Bolt. And what I can tell you is that these abilities are ridiculous. They're super crazy. Arcane Blast does so much damage, it's unbelievable. And the fact that it scales off of Heighten with no extra cost means it's basically a 9th level spell, and so is Arcane Bolt. So Arcane Bolt gets +7 to its DC for no additional cost. Arcane Blast gets 5 to its DC for no additional cost. These spells are crazy. They almost never get dodged or evaded, and they do a ridiculous amount of damage because nothing can actually evade the damage. Ba-bam! So it's super easy. In fact, this class is so easy, when I look at my spell list, look at all these holes. I don't even use 8th level spells, and I don't know what to do with the rest of my spells, because what am I supposed to do? I do have Fireball, because I was doing the quests in the Necropolis in Necro 4, and in front of the Damned, you need a fire spell, so I'm like, well, I'm just going to have Fireball to light up the torches so that I don't have to wait for my team to do that or, like, just stand around. But, yeah, 8th level spells, I don't even use them. There's, like, none good in the list because you get Sunburst, which is a light spell, totally pointless, Polar Ray, totally pointless, but you get Power Word Stun. And this spell is amazing. If you haven't tried Power Word Stun, I highly recommend it. It's no save stun, which is really great. It costs 10 mana, and then quickened at 16. So for no save, I can instantly just stun something for 16 mana. Way better than Hold Monster, because this costs even more and has a save. This one is faster cast and costs less mana. And then finally, the other spells I like to use is I like Hold Monster Mass. Hold Monster Mass is just delightful. It's just a fantastic spell, because you just go boom, locks everything in place, really high save, so that one's pretty good. Other than that, I don't know. character just does a bunch of damage with the spell-like abilities. I don't usually run out of mana, so it's pretty cool. I did yesterday doing a couple quests, but that was extraneous circumstances. To answer your question, Enemy Food, I'm going to play this through the epic levels quite a bit. What I'd like to do, ideally, because I do really want a TR, I'm really pumped, but ideally, I want to go here, and I want to pick up the Master of Knowledge. I have to test this out. I have to test this out. So this says your Arcane Bolt and Arcane Blast. So that's through the two spell-like abilities here, Arcane Bolt and Arcane Blast, the ones that are out of the tree. Now grant 1 stack of Mental Honing, which is 3% spell power and 2% spell crit when cast. So it's when cast, not when damaging. That's really important, because I can just keep throwing out spells to keep the stacks up when I'm not fighting anything, and the effect can stack up to 30 times. So what this means is that I can have 90 free spell power and 60% spell crit damage. And my crit chance is pretty high. Right now, I'm looking at, what, 33% force crit? So that's a lot of extra damage. So I have to test that out, but it requires me to get to level 24, so I'm going to do that. Some things are immune to stunning. Elementals are immune to most stunning effects, so they're immune to paralysis, but Power Word Stun can stun elementals. So I like that. But man, I do really want to play the Next Life. I saw somebody was talking about how the Next Life is likely going to be a Warforged Bard, and I'm all for it. Currently, I'm playing a Warforged Druid that's a caster druid as a wolf on another character, and it's working really, really well. So I'm actually excited to try Warforged Bard. I think it would work out pretty good, especially when you have to be charisma based. So today, what we're going to be starting with is we're going to be starting with the Veil of Twilight. If you didn't notice from the title of the stream, the Twilight Zone, we're heading out there. I'm going to load up my thing here so I can get some teammates to come join me. Find my quests. Got to scroll down the list. So yeah, we're going to be doing some wonderful quests. Now the thing is, a lot of these ones require other people to play with. So I'm going to start with that Sleeping Dust Lie. Veil, Elite, Update Party. If you're on Galanda, feel free to come join me. And, we'll do some fun stuff. We'll do some quests. Update. This is really important. So my character, as being a Force Wizard, pure Force Wizard, you can see my spell powers aren't very high except for just Force. 253 Force spell power. I'm also a level 18 Wizard. I hit Eldritch Strike. Bam. I rolled a 1. Okay, hold on. I was about to show off something that I thought was interesting, but I missed because I rolled a 1. Let me just wait for the cooldown. Hold on, guys. I swear I didn't mean... That was not supposed to happen intentionally. Man, I feel bad. Okay, I can't stop myself from rolling a 1, but Greater Heroism should help me hit. Bam. So I did 49 damage with Eldritch Strike. 49 damage on a 12-second cleave with 250 spell power. Huge investment, 0 damage, considering this cost 10 spell points, and this, Arcane Blast, which is at range, and does more damage, costs less, and has a shorter cooldown. So, yeah, Eldritch Knight really needs something. It needs something, man. Oh, I forgot to mention the most important thing about the build. So last time I did the stream, someone suggested, hey, why don't you just wear adamantine plating? And I was like, So I'm going to take off my cosmetic. I am wearing adamantine plating. Of course, I have the crown because I'm a 100% champion wizard. Champions have to have crowns. But I am actually wearing adamantine plating. Because I realized I can nullify with the tree, I can nullify all the spell failure chance, with except for 5% from the shield. And 5% spell failure chance is not really that bad. And the most important spells, Power Word Stun, and all of my spell-like abilities ignore spell failure chance, that 5%. So pretty much never comes up. But as a result, I'm sitting on 56 physical resistance rating, so taking 35% less damage from every single auto attack, with displacement and blur up 100% of the time. This character is hilarious. I'm telling you. Yeah, this 100% champion wizard. Like 100% champion wizard. Like this might be. You guys might think this is the arcane wizard. It's not. It's the champion wizard. Yeah, but you might be 100% legendary titan, and that's all fine and good. But are you 100% champion? You know. It's really important. I went and I not this guy, this is the other guy. I went around and I killed these creatures, and I got their mysterious remnants and I collected them up. I got 10, not this guy. I got 10,000. Where's the guy? Is it this guy? Oh, it is this guy. I got 10,000 of these remnants, okay? 10,000. And then there's a guy in the Hall of Heroes, and he said, "Hey guys, can you guys go kill these champion monsters? And I was like, yeah, I killed them all. Here's the remnants. Here, I piled remnants upon him, like piles of gold. Guy didn't even know what to do with them. And he's like, well, I guess you're the champion. And he gave me the crown. So, you know, got that little crown of fire. I'm going to wear it forever. Every single character plays is going to wear it, because I think this is one of the coolest cosmetics in the game. I wish there was more stuff like that. Like, unlockable cosmetics. I just love that concept. So, yeah. I just want to make sure I talk to the guy to get the quest to go to Meridia, so that way I can actually go there easily. But, yeah, I'm telling you, 100% champion wizard. Now, is this character really, really that good? Well, we're going to find out. We're going to be doing one of the most annoying quests in the game. And I know it's one of the most annoying quests in the game because it just straight up is. This quest that we're about to do, we are not able to kill the monsters that are running around in the quest. You can't kill the spiders. Hey, 500 rep for just walking and talking to the guy? Gimme. You get 90% noob, 20% gimp. Alright. First of all, you call me a noob and a gimp, that's 110%. And I don't give 110% for anything because I'm lazy. So I think your math doesn't add up. I mean, it adds up to 110%, but that's too much. Oh, also, check it out. Hey, look, giant rats meet ball of explodey death. So it killed all of them, like nothing. Obviously, because these are normal monsters. But, yeah, it just looks so cool, too. Because I can just see a monster in the distance and send a ball of exploding arcane death. That's the other thing why I love this character. It just looks so cool. It just looks so cool, guys. Check it out. There's a spider. It's running at me. And then it gets the purple explosion. I love that purple explosion. It reminds me of like those animations of like there's an atom and there's a bunch of things orbiting around the atom, the electrons. I always thought that was very, very cool, the way that looked, and I like that you can just generate that most of the time. I know you don't need to talk to the guy, but I just like to do that because you can't walk. I know you can do that. I'm just thinking of something else. There's something you can't do unless you do that. There's like a quest you can't do or something. Here we go. Submerge Lake. Sorry, you can't enter the Vale from the 12 unless you talk to the guy in the 12. So the first quest we're going to do today is called Let Sleeping Dust Lie. All the quests in the Vale are walk-ups. If you've never done this quest, you're going to get a tutorial on how to do it right now. And also, if you hate this quest, you get to watch somebody else get really frustrated with it. When you go enter the quest, you're in an underwater maze. So quickly, you just swim down. The way I always remember it is you swim down, and then you get to like a crossroad eventually. And when you get to the crossroad, you go down. So there's the crossroad. I'm going to go down. And then I could go down, but I'm actually going to go left. And then ba-bam, you go left again and you're out. So it's like down, left, left, and then you're through. I don't know, that's the way I remember it. Will there be cookies? Well, I do have Eritrakos cookies. I can tell you that much. And then there's some guy, and he says something about the Lords of Dust. I don't really listen to what he has to say. I put on my own personal buffs. Blur, Night Shield, Stone Skin, all that good stuff. Give myself some Fire Shield. Actually, I should have Fire Shield Fire. Although, in theory, I shouldn't have Fire Shield at all, because the spiders will kill themselves on me. So the idea is that you have to kill these ogres, so that the way the spiders stop attacking you. Oh, okay, I can't jump over this ogre. So I have to kill the ogre, who's basically enforcing the spiders to do stuff, so that way the spiders won't follow them anymore, and they become docile. Now they don't attack me. The problem is, it limits your ability to use area of effect attacks. A lot of people hate this quest because they all use great swords, and they have all sorts of different cleave, and awesome, wonderful abilities and mechanics that do tons of damage that are really, really ineffective in this quest. Which is why Power Word Stun is so wonderful, because it allows me to stun the guy, and then I pretty much always do bonus damage when I hit them. Yeah, but I don't like killing the spiders. Also, Finger of Death works wonders in here. I can't beat enemies' spell resistance, because that would actually be a useful skill. But, yeah. You just gotta be really, really, really patient with it. And that's why it's one of those quests almost everybody hates, universally. And especially when I forgot that I didn't turn off my, my Fire Shield, so the Crimson Foots are actually killing themselves on the Fire Shield. Which is just not the way I want to play the game. Also takes a long time to kill this stuff, because all my abilities have cooldown, but yeah. Welcome, welcome. I am inside the quest. I believe I set this up right. Let sleeping dust die. Lie. Yes, I did. Perfect. This quest is also much easier if you have somebody else to do it with, because you can spread out and search. The idea behind this quest is you're supposed to be picking up these journals. Hey, another person. Welcome, welcome. I'm inside. You're picking up these journals, and then the journals actually tell you that the spiders are not the bad guys. The spiders are actually the good guys, and they're being controlled by the ogres. I don't entirely know how that fits together. I didn't actually read the journals. I don't pay attention to the game. But it's very time-consuming to actually get to the journals. When you have multiple people that can split out and look in different areas, because it's kind of like a big maze, it's very convenient. Makes it way easier. Ooh. Welcome, welcome. So I can't... Oh, arcane spell failure. 4. Damn, that makes me very sad. Oh. Fortunately, I still deal a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, and I also don't have great spell penetration. I need to get some spell penetration. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Yeah, exactly, right? Who actually reads the story? I mean, I read the story in a lot of different places. One of my favorite things is that there's a quest that if you don't read the story, if you just play the game, it's kind of despicable and terrible. What the heck? Why are these spiders still after me? I don't know. There's a quest that's actually kind of despicable and terrible. It's in the House Fjarlin, the Purge the Heretics quest. And the way it works is that there's this dude, and he's a preacher, and he's like, oh my god, the spiders won't leave me alone. Who do I have to kill? Who do I have to kill? There's this guy, and he's like, hey, there's these heretics around here, or whatever, okay? Can you go into the sewer and kill these heretics? And you're like, why are they heretics? And he's like, well, they believe in the sovereign host, so they're clearly heretics. So we need you to go get rid of the heretics. And you're like, well, okay, sure, sounds good. I'll go get rid of those heretics for you. So you go, because essentially your character says, okay, well, I'll take the money. So you go in there, you kill all the heretics, which are just regular people. They're actually good, so if you try to smite evil on them, it doesn't work. Welcome, welcome, we're inside. If you try to smite evil on them, it doesn't work, that kind of thing. Almost all the people that you fight are priests and other things, and then the final bosses are like Oisin the Merciful, and somebody the Peacemaker, and Celine the Peacemaker or something. So basically, you fight all these like good characters. Yeah, if you want. So you fight all these good characters, and then when you're finished killing everyone, you return back to the preacher in the bar, and you're like, I don't know about this, man. And he's like, oh, well, whatever, just take your money. So great. You take your money and you walk away. Turns out that same guy that asked you to kill all those innocent people was the same Rakshasa, or the same preacher that actually turns out to be a Rakshasa in the Lords of Dust chain. Oh my god, stop turning invisible. I'm going to get them eventually. So sometimes it does actually come back, and it is kind of cool how you see these characters coming back. 1,000 damage! Holy moly. Arcane supremacy, man. There you are. So it actually is kind of cool that you do have some recurring characters. I just want this guy to die. Stupid spiders, stop hitting me! You're killing yourselves. But yeah, so, I don't know, character's pretty strong. I did have some people ask me for a guide on how to play this character. Oh, what? Did I get turned around? Huh? Am I lost? Some people asked me for a guide on how to play this character. What I told them was don't. However, apparently that doesn't placate what they want. Yeah, what's the character's name? Brother something. What is it? I have to Google this now, because I am like... I need to know. Oh, the Lords of Dust. Yeah, Inquisitor Nomon. Inquisitor Nomon is the same guy that asked you to kill the Sovereign Host people, and he's also a Rakshasa in disguise, and he successfully, gets the tear between the two worlds, because he frees the Spinner of Shadows. So, after you help him out and you feel like a total jerk, then you go, oh man, also, he totally got me to murder all those innocent people, and I just played right into it. So there is some pretty good story in this game. You kind of just have to like actually pay attention and read it though, which is one of the hardest things. Like I play video games, man. I totally get why you don't want to why a lot of people don't want to read the story. It's all about the smashing and the murdering. Plus, in a game like this, it can often be more fun to make your own story, right? When you get a group of friends, you all have like different. No, the Spinner Shadows is Lolth's sister. Because they split, right? That's the whole in between the Rift storyline. Lolth's sister is the Spinner of Shadows, and she's trapped underneath Eberron by the Silver Flame. And so the Lords of Dust get rid of the Silver Flame, like actually the flame, the flame that people worship, the Silver Flame, like legit. Oh man, he's just killing everything. I guess I can help kill everything too. He's holding down Lolth's sister, the Spinner of Shadows, and so what ends up happening is the Lords of Dust free the Spinner of Shadows, and the Spinner of Shadows calls out to Lolth, and Lolth tears a hole in the dimension and creates the rift between the worlds. So it's kind of a cool storyline. But as I said, some people actually prefer, to make their own story, right? They get a group of friends, and they get their party, and then they just have their own adventuring party. They don't really care about the big story quests. They just kind of do whatever. And I've seen this. There are actually some RP guilds out there. If somebody tells you, oh, like, are there any RP guilds? A lot of people will just tell you no. But if you actually just post in the forum or post in game, people will join you, and you can form your own groups of friends. I can't believe I have to say this, but like there are some people that just don't care about it, so they don't know everything about it. I don't play RP guilds or like RP very often. But there are some people who like just want to go into a quest with characters that may not be the most optimal because they fit like the mentality or the archetype that they want to play with, right? Well, you see, Shoemaker, you have to understand that would actually involve me wanting to do the work, and that's just crazy talk. Alright, found the book. Alright, hopefully they won't do that. Although, I will be updating the wiki. There is something I want to edit. A lot of the Druid Wolf-based spells, so the Druid Cold Breath, the Druid Ice Slide, a lot of those things, they don't have an entry. Like they're just empty spells. So when you actually go to the page, it doesn't tell you how much mana it costs, what school it is, the cooldown, and I want to add all those things because I'm currently playing a Wolf Druid. I know. It's just something that happens. So right now, after you read the book, you then have to find, there's a guy that starts walking around, and so we pretty much just have to go find him. He's just some ogre magi, and he has the key. Cassie Koba. Hey, there he is. Wow, that was fast. I was like about to drink some coffee, drink a cup of coffee, but here he is. So we hit him, deal a bunch of damage. I'm not even moving. Damn. Yeah, man. 110% champion mode. That's what I'm talking about. Ha! He has bees. Or he had bees on him. Like, I pay attention to the story, but I don't super follow it because I don't care that much. It is exciting. I do like the story. I'm going to be honest. There are a lot of cool things about it, but I'm not like a super lore hater. Or lore user. I don't know. Alright, so we kill the guy and we get the key. So the key allows you to go up to the second floor. The second floor has doors that are connected in different areas, so you don't actually need to go up every single pathway, you just need to go up certain pathways. So we're going to be going up certain pathways. We got to go up to the second floor, guys, so follow me down this hallway here instead of waiting at that door. Or wait at the door, whatever, that's cool. Yeah, so you come over here and come down this hallway. You get to a door. It doesn't look like it has a keyhole. It really doesn't look like it has a keyhole. But the trick is, looks can be deceiving. Bam, it actually has a keyhole. So I probably shouldn't have fire shield on, but whatever, that's fine. And yeah, there's a lot of cool things about the story. And and I just like noticing, the little things. Like whenever you see something, like I remember just smashing my way through the game, and I just always bugged me. I was like, I don't understand. Why is the guy I'm fighting Oisin the Merciful? How is Merciful like an evil name? I just super didn't read the quest text. Then I decided to read the quest text and was like, oh God, I'm a murderer. What is happening? I felt terrible. I was like, I murder so many people. But that's what happens when you're a terrible murderer. You just murder everybody. You don't ask questions. Like all these buttons here on my that are like you see down here, all these buttons, they're all designed for murdering people. Yeah, hold monster, take that, you jerks. Everything's designed for just straight up murdering people. So if I have an ability on my bar that doesn't murder people, like I'm playing a wizard wrong, like you know? Exactly. What? There's a bad guy in this warehouse? Better destroy the whole district. You know? Okay, so we come along here, find out it's not here. I'm going to use the shrine real quick, and then we're going to jump down. We're not going to go through the path. So you come down here. Now you could go up this other segment and explore the rest of there, but we already know that it's not here. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to skip this door, and we're going to walk over to this door over here. So that way we're going into the next upper segment. Accept. And it's Diggle. Welcome, welcome. We're inside. Gennard, I'm going to give him True Seeing so he can actually see these guys. Oh my god, I almost hit the monster. Haha. And yeah. So it's kind of one of those quests where you don't really want to be careful because you just don't want to be careful. But you have to be. So there we go. They're out of the way. So I can also just do that and leave the spiders somewhere that I don't want them. Because I don't want to deal with the spiders, so I want to ignore them. And unfortunately, some of them are going to make their saves. Not all of them, though. I mean, they're not too smart. Not too bright. Yeah, whatever. Just make sure I have displacement up. Okay. I should really turn off Colors of the Queen, because I just realized I can kill spiders with that, with the explosion of force. We're going to go forward here. This should work. Yeah, all you gotta do is keep going. The best thing to do is to queue around from up top to see where it is. That's true. I could do that. Generally what I like to do is if I have like an abundant step-like ability, so if you have wings because you're playing a favored soul, or if you have like the what do they call them? The Avengers, the Vanguards, they have their shield charge. You can shield charge up and around and over corners and walls, so I like that. That spider was at the top of its class. Just refkently applied for Mensa. Well, I'll tell you something. You likely shouldn't apply for Mensa. Ooh, I'm just kidding. Nah, I'm not. Grammar's terrible. Cool. So after checking out both those two areas, I have determined that it's actually in the last area up here. So the book is up here. So which means, alright, book's in the last ledge. So we actually have to go up here. Spiders don't... That's actually an interesting thought. So the North American jumping spider, it's also in other places, but I'm going to say North American because it makes it sound more official. North American jumping spider, very interesting spider. They actually have like fully formed faces. They're one of the smarter spiders out there. They're one of the few spiders that can actually follow a prey that's gone out of line of sight. So the spider can see a prey underneath it and then go away from it and go around an area and then still come back to that prey and not have lost interest by the time it sees the prey again. Like, it'll formulate a plan or a path that involves not being a direct line of sight of prey, which most spiders can't do because they don't have the memory for it. They're very direct creatures. That's why you get situations with spiders where, they give birth to their young, and then immediately after giving birth to their young, they attempt to eat their young, because they don't know, they don't remember. They gotta eat the spiders. So jumping spiders are pretty smart, actually. Plus, they're adorable. If you're ever having a bad day, just look up jumping spider, and you'll be so happy you did. Yeah, the pathing map could probably be pretty useful. The problem is the Cassie whatever Koba doesn't have one spawn location, so it's impossible to actually know where you're supposed to go, like, immediately. You kind of have to run around and check everything. This is one of those quests where if you don't know what to do, it's going to take you 10 hours. You're going to hate every second of your life. Oh. Alright. Let's just jump and use, because essentially what I did is I have a ranger here. Journal. Give me the journal. Perfect. I have a ranger here who does 10 Brazilian damage, and then he basically does everything for me. So I don't have to do it. So now we have to come down here, and we have to fight Yuri Kubitz, who is an interestingly named character. I don't know. I feel like eating your young is just very counterproductive, you know what I'm saying? Perfect. We get the key. Oh, somebody else picked up the key. And once you have the key, you head into this middle room here, and you have to protect this spider. So, Lycosa. So if you're like me and you want to protect the spider, you give it stone skin. Oh, can you give it stone skin? Can you give it stone skin? I thought you could. Yeah, you can buff it. Take stone skin, spider. And greater hero. Apparently it doesn't get greater hero. I can give it jump, though. Very interesting. And then you defend it. That's about it. I don't have a healing spell, so I just have to hope that the spider doesn't die. In an effort to make sure the spider doesn't die, I'm going to buff my teammates to do as much damage as humanly possible. Everybody gets haste. Unless I roll a 3 on my spell failure check. Oh, God. And we get those instant stuns. Full lockdowns. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah. Well, it's just inefficient, you know. You breed so you can have, like, kids or whatever, and then you just, like, eat them, you know. It's like raising your own meat, except way more inefficient. Way more taxing. Now, this is one of those situations where I kind of just let the team do the thing. Team's got it. They're pretty smart. They know what's going on. So I just let the team, you know, do their part to help. And I don't really have to care. Uh-oh. Yeah. I don't know. This is why it's good to do these quests with like 6 people. I don't have to worry about the spider. Spider's gonna be kept alive by everybody else, and yeah, it's pretty simple. Are you going to add Twitch chat overlay? I will at some point. I just haven't done it yet because I haven't found an efficient way to do it. I find that every time I do it, it always ends up breaking and not working right before the stream, and I get frustrated. And I'm impatient, so I have other things I'm working on. Also, the boss that we just killed, I don't know if it's actually come up here, his name was KKK, or KKOMGLOL, which is the DM pronounces Kakamgal or something, but it's actually just KKOMGLOL. Because I don't know why they named it that, but they did. Protect the Queen, the jumping spider. Ooh, someone's got a picture. When am I taking the Christmas lights down? I'm never taking the Christmas lights down. Thank you, Enemy Food. Enemy Food, I feel like you're like my spirit, like my, you know, like the incarnation of me in another person. Now, of course, you're not a champion like I am, because you're not a 100% champion wizard, like I am. But you totally get me. Like, I'm never taking these Christmas lights down. Why would I take the Christmas lights down? Are you kidding? It's... Have you ever heard of Christmas in July? It's Christmas in... Ow, my blood. Stupid spikes. Yeah. So I'm never taking the Christmas lights down. That's just something that's never happening. Blue is H. This is what you call the H. Displacement. Ooh. Hey, look, a dude that wants to die. He's just kind of standing there. He takes it. Blue is H. Orange is the backwards F. I call this the backwards F because it looks like an F, but it's backwards. Well, it's actually taking itself down because the tape I have isn't very sticky, so the tape's actually kind of falling off. Pretty entertaining. So blue is H, orange is backwards F, and red is the double cross T. So I'm assuming somebody picked up the key. I don't actually know. Oh, I picked up the key. Hey, look at that. Who would have thought? So I'm going to ignore all these monsters. Blue is H. And, oh, he's got the backwards F. And then red, we're coming in for the double cross T. Ooh, 600 damage. That's what I'm talking about. Disintegrate, baby. Alright, we ready? Don't kill the spiders. So now we go and we kill Thasgal. And essentially that involves just wailing him with single target spells. Which, fortunately, this character has decent numbers of. Yeah, we did it. Sick. And we killed none of the spiders in the second part. So I believe we got a bonus chest for killing none of the spiders. I love it. Enchantment Focus +4? Whoa. Damn, if only I cast a lot of enchantment spells. I'd rather evocation, so it's not too helpful. Ah, Carthol Diviner. Oh god. Oh no. Get out of here. Next one is going to be Rainbow in the Dark. Rainbow in the dark. So the thing I love about the Veil of Twilight, this area here, the Twilight Zone, other than everything, okay, I love everything about this whole area. But more important is the fact that every single quest has some kind of goofy gimmick that makes this completely different from every other quest in the area. Get out of here, jump. So, thinking of goofy gimmicks, the first quest that we just did, you can't kill the spiders. That's its gimmick. You have a monster that you can't kill. So if you have a bunch of AoE, screw you for playing AoE. Feel bad. You should think about your game more. So that's awesome. They just give a great, just direct screw you. The next quest we're about to do, which is Rainbow in the Dark, is a quest that's entirely in the dark. I love this quest. It's dark. You can't turn up your screen brightness and see stuff. It's actually like black. It doesn't load. So what you have to do is there's a guy who holds a stick, that'll be me, and the stick makes it light. So you follow the guy with the stick, and he lights the way. It's so cool. You can actually light the way with fireballs and stuff so you can see. Ice Storm works decently well because it gives an overlay of an area. But man, I love it because it's just so weird, you know? Coalescence Chamber, a lot of people hate. I think it might be the most hated quest in the game. Scoundrel of Swashbuckler and Deathsinger, essentially, I want to be a full 100% Spellcaster Bard. I want the Deathsinger to be a 100% Spellcaster Bard. Has to be Spellcaster. Like, it can't be anything other than Spellcaster. So, no melee, no nothing. I'm talking, like, no melee. My Bard will be a Spellcaster. Oh, you can use Web as well. I find Web doesn't work quite as well. Yeah, Coalescence Chamber is one of my favorite quests in the entire game, guys. You have to understand, it really is. But, man, everybody hates Coalescence Chamber. There are people that can't do Coalescence Chamber. So what they do, and I don't fault them for this, what they do is they will die to the first monster, and I'll tell anybody, they can die to the first monster, I'll pick up their stone, and then I'll bring them all the way to the end. Actually, okay, Zirin, you're right. Tomb of the Tormented is slightly more hated. In fact, I do Cold Chamber every life, and I never do Tomb of the Tormented, because that quest sucks. Mostly because it bugs out every time. If it didn't bug out every time, you could actually use the Rat Maze, that'd be fine, but the problem is it bugs out every time, and you have to just keep sending waves of rats until they kill the wargs. So we get into the quest here, and once we're inside the quest, you notice it's kind of dark. I'm going to take the Radiant Arc, the item, ba-boom, and now it's dark. And you can only see some of the edges here. I'm going to make sure I put this on, so that way we can actually see. And bam, now I am the Light Man, so wherever I go, I light up. The Light Weapon's not too bad. It gives Archmagi, so 200 mana, potency, so all your spell power. Not a bad item. Oh, jeez. Bats. We're going to get started, because we're going to have to dim door to get back. So, if you're not in here yet, we'll get you back with the dim door. Bam. So now everything's dark, but it lights up as I run around. So from my perspective, it's always going to be light, but man, I love this. What, you can't kill the wargs. What reaches through the gates to kill the wargs? I've tried every single AoE spell I can think of. It never works. Cacophonic Verge. Oh, Rust Monsters. Okay, so this is one of the situations where I become terrified. The 100% Force Wizard, Champion Wizard, is usually generally pretty acceptably good, like unbelievably good, but damn, these Rust Monsters, I'm telling you, they're terrifying creatures. Even worse than just regular Rust Monsters. Oh god, oh I hate, oh god, get away from me, get away! Back off, back off. They just make a beeline for you, man. They don't even care. They're just like, what, how many monsters are in the way? I don't care. I just want to smash my face. So I'll light this up for everyone so everyone can see. Let's go team. Everybody can see. Damn, I didn't realize Sonic Blast worked. Well, maybe I'll just have to do it when I play my Death Singer Bard. Alright, perfect. And now there's, obviously, of course, pit traps. You can't have pit traps unless you have areas where you can't see. Also, there's a beholder over there that was supposed to dispel me, but my range took care of it, so it's already dead. Which I love. Don't ever stand in the middle of these, by the way. It's just a bad idea. You will die. Or not take a bunch of damage. Because you get teleported away. I have Disintegrate. Super powerful in here. But, yeah. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, look! Stone Golem. Eat Disintegrate, jerk. Hey, what? Another Stone Golem? I guess he's going to get disintegrated. They have no fortitude save, so it works. Mandrill Sims, welcome! Welcome to the Strimstream here. We're doing some Rainbow in the Dark. Awesome quest, dark quest. Hard to see. Oh god, I almost fell, even though I'm the one that can see. So I light up the whole trap, and then people can walk past. I think that guy's AFK. I don't know. He'll figure out the trap. Avoid the gelatinous cube if possible. They hurt a lot. Yeah, being able to disable the traps is pretty good as well. Ooh, 1500 damage. That's what I'm talking about. The server is in the bottom left corner. It should say Galanda. I'd love to, if you're around, I love it when my viewers come and play with me. The problem is, at the bottom, I'm not on Galanda. I'm not on Arganesson. I'm on Galanda. The problem with playing with the viewers sometimes is my group fills up pretty quick. Because I must say, I like playing with me, and I hope other people like playing with me too. Oh god. Goodbye, Stone Golem. Eat Disintegrate. And now we're in the final room. So now that we're in the final room, we kill some dudes. Still dark, but now they're actually huddling around this lava, which gives them some light. I don't care, though. Bearded Devils are one of those things that can be very difficult if you deal elemental damage, because almost all the devils and demons resist elemental damage, because they're total jerks. But I don't have to worry about that, because I don't deal elemental damage. I deal purely in force damage. Kind of convenient. It is the crown, really. You know, when you're a 100% champion like I am. Like some other people, some of these guys, they're not 100% champion. They're like 25%, 30% champion. Dim door. Get your dim door here. So you dim door back to the beginning, and then that way, everybody over here that came in late, they can still join up with the rest of the party. Because, oh no, they couldn't make it through because it was too dark. Well, we caught them up now. I'm going to try to take my wizard through epics. You have to understand, I've had the poll going of what character class I was going to play, and I got really excited about it. I think the character class that I want to play the absolute most is probably either the, that I personally would like to play, is the Mystic Monk. So being a full Henshin Mystic Monk seems like a really bad idea. It seems terrible, just absolutely awful. Henshin Mystic is like one of the worst classes or abilities out there. It does low damage. You know, the CC effects just aren't there. They're not as good. It's wisdom focused. The abilities don't all scale with spell power, so it's kind of back and forth. You have to give up a lot. So it seems like it's pretty bad, which is why I really want to try one. Because you can't know if something's actually bad until you spend like 80 hours playing it. So there's that. And also, I really wanted to play my full caster wolf. The Ice Frost Wolf caster. Oops, I think we forgot somebody. Oh, I think we forgot somebody. I'm going to light up the ladder so you can see it. I really wanted to play the full caster-based wolf. I thought that would be a cool idea. I'm currently playing the full caster wolf right now. Actually, I changed what I'm doing on the fighter. I completely changed it, actually, because nobody was voting for it, so that's okay. And I decided it's actually going to be a challenge. I want to do a challenge. So fighter is one of those classes that doesn't have too many skills they can use, but they're still pretty strong because they get so many feats that just keep augmenting all their different abilities. So I figured if I get a fighter which doesn't have too many buttons that I have to click, I'm going to do the controller challenge. So this is a PlayStation 4 controller. I'm going to hook this up to my computer, and I'm going to try to do the entire life, all levels, all the way through cap, using the controller. And that's going to be the fighter controller challenge. I'm going to try to do it. I recently got it working with the game. It super doesn't work with spellcasters because you have way too many buttons. But on characters that don't have too many buttons, oh my god. I feel like it could actually be pretty fun. So I'm going to give it a shot. I really want to try the full controller fighter. So I'm going to be updating that later. That will be after this next life at some point. But I'm telling you, the full controller fighter, dude. It's the controller fighter challenge, basically. I say challenge because it will absolutely be challenging. It's just strictly worse than playing with a keyboard and mouse. But what if it works? I mean, I might get frustrated. But yeah, one of these. If you look down at my camera right now, you'll see this controller, this PlayStation 4 controller. Actually, I can't see my camera, so I don't know what that looks like. But this PlayStation 4 controller, I'm going to be playing a fighter with that. That will be my fighter life. It'll be the controller fighter. I want to see if it'll work. If it works, I might play controller monk, which will have like the punches on the face buttons, and then it'll use buttons to determine the different punches. Like holding down the L button changes which punch I'm using, that kind of thing. So man, I'm telling you though, controller fighter. I cannot run this character with it though. This character doesn't work. It requires too much important targeting, especially with some of the more fine abilities, like hold monster, that kind of thing. Like power word stun, really useful. It would not work very well with this character, because I could do something like that and hold monster the wrong target by accident. I wouldn't want to do that if I was actually playing a character. Yeah, I could. Oh, the Arcane Archer build would probably work. Actually, you're right. I think it would be pretty cool to do as a controller build. I'll have to test it out though. I really want to. Don't worry. The controller build will make its appearance, but the fighter build will be playing with the oh rust monster. The fighter build will be the controller build. I actually just recently got my controller to work for Lord of the Rings Online for the Warden class, which is the coolest MMO class in the game, and nothing in DDO compares to that class. There are other things in the game that are good, but no DDO class compares to the Warden from Lord of the Rings Online, because it's one of the greatest class designs ever made by any person in any video game company ever. I got it set up with that, so I'm wondering. Mega Man build could also work. That's true. Because I just have a button so that I could constantly activate my my rune arm. I want to make sure nobody falls too far behind, so mechanic can always see where he's going. But I think it would be really fun to test out. Yeah, the Arcane Archer build's true. If it works with one-handed, it should work with a controller. The targeting can be funky, but it should be all right because you can still tab. I should have tested that out. The problem is I didn't realize how easy it would be to actually get it to work. Hey, somebody put jump on me and freedom of movement. So when I jump in this here pit, it's gonna cause an ooze to spawn on me. Ah! Oh, gelatinous cube. Alright, so essentially you stand here right in the middle, and then you cast an ice storm so people can see everything. So the ice storm allows everyone to see the individual platforms, and then they have to jump across the area over here. Quests like these are unbelievably easy if you have any kind of any kind of dash jumping over area thing. You're talking about their abundant step, or not abundant step. That's a dim door. What am I thinking of? Is it abundant step? The one like monk. I know monks get a jump. They get a jump forward. Yeah, web and comet fall might also work. The thing is, ice storm is just like way too accessible for me. Bam! Take this. I'm gonna stun everybody because I can. And then I click the wrong button and heal myself. I picked up the key, so it means I get to do the last part. Yeah, abundant step. That's the jump, the leap forward. So that's kind of pretty cool. We come in this room here, and then there's a puzzle. To activate the puzzle, you step on it, and you have to make a rainbow, which is super pretty. And to do that, you kind of just step on it in an order. Ritual sacrifice is next. And you step on it, and then bam, you make a rainbow, it lights up, then it says put the thing in the pedestal of light, you put the thing in the pedestal of light, re-equip my own personal weapon, and then slay the ancient guardian. Super easy, super fun quest. It's super happy fun times, great to play with your party and your friends. Arcane Supremacy, which gives me that extra crit damage. I never crit. No, die, Turin Paulo. Die. Oh, he doesn't like me. Especially when I crit him for no damage. Alright, good work, everybody. What did I just say it? Ritual sacrifice. Next. Ritual sacrifice. We must make the sacrifices. Chevrath Stone of whatever. I don't really care. I'm probably not going to take this character all the way to level 30 epics, because level 30 is pretty far. I find that level 30 is a pretty lofty goal. I might get that far, but I don't think I'm going to play at it, because I pretty much just like rerunning the regular TR. Oh my god! I'm not doing that again. I'm sure you all remember when I forgot to cast Featherfall when we were doing the pit, and I went all the way down, and I took double fall damage for some reason, and I got annihilated in the pit. I went all the way to the bottom. That was too good. Holy cow. Man, that was terrifying. That's why I need to drink more coffee, I'm telling you. Man. This just so you guys know, I gotta be honest with you, this stream is sponsored. It's sponsored by Initech. So if you could all go ahead and, invest in Initech, and make sure you're paying attention, updating your stock portfolio to include Initech, that'd be great. Okay. That'd be fantastic. Oh. So yeah, character build, like I said, it's pretty fun. You just shoot big balls of death at people, like hyenas. That's one of the most important things when you're playing a wizard. It's not enough that you're like playing a wizard and you're already a guy with like magical powers. I'm also a robot. I also have to like destroy and abuse the animal life. Like look at these rats. They're just regular rats, but it's okay. I'm gonna shoot balls of magical energy at them. So, your stapler? No, I haven't seen your stapler. If you're talking about the red swing line, I don't have it. I'm going to need to go ahead and invest in Initech. Yeah. And by the way, I'm going to be doing, after this stream on my own channel, my personal channel, twitch.tv/streamtime, I'm going to be streaming a little bit more. So we need you guys to go ahead and stay tuned for that as well after 10 o'clock is over. If you guys just do that, that'd be great. If you're unfamiliar with the joke, by the way, in Initech and all that stuff, if you could just go ahead and watch the movie Office Space, which is a timeless classic at this point, that'd be great. Bam! All the way here. Ritual Sacrifice. Alright, Ritual Sacrifice. So what's the gimmick behind Ritual Sacrifice? Why is it so amazing? Why is this quest so wonderful that every single person in their entire mind wants to do it? Out of any quest in the Vale, this is everyone's favorite. Why? Why, Strimtom? It's actually pretty easy. This quest doesn't really have a gimmick. At the end, you kind of got to protect a guy, but most of it's just run around, kill the gnolls, don't get killed, get experience points. Pretty easy. Which is why everybody loves it. There's no stupid gimmick. And I love the stupid gimmicks, so maybe I'm just a weirdo. Old monster. Also, I just realized I've been listening to Lord of the Rings Online music for way longer than the entire track has been going on. So I'm going to have to update this with some stream music. Get some new music playing. Something that's not exclusively just Lord of the Rings Online soundtrack. Good soundtrack. Just want some more. Oh, God! Monster's right behind me. Woo! Like I said, the weird gimmicky quests are the games that really make it make it Dungeons and Dragons Online. Like those stupid quests where you have to jump across like series of platforms and puzzles and things like that. That's like, you know, I'm gonna go play any other MMO on the market, including Turbine MMOs. You can go and play Lord of the Rings Online. You're not gonna get that stupid jumping crap and three-dimensional puzzles. What you get is you get a two-dimensional building that looks three-dimensional. So essentially, you're in a castle, but for some reason there's these weird ramps everywhere instead of ladders, so you don't actually have to go up any ladders while you're in this castle. I just don't. There's two reasons why I'm not listening to it. The big reason is because it's copyrighted music that I don't own. So if I listen to that type of music, this channel gets muted, and I don't want this channel to get muted. It's kind of a big thing. So that's why I'm not listening to music that's named after. I would if I was on my own time. I just can't do that here because I don't own it. And I'm like 80% sure Turbine doesn't own it either, as much as they like using the names. And yeah, I like to respect their wishes, that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's like it's those weird quests that make you do stuff. Like I said, almost every quest in every other MMO, I'm telling you, you'll go into some castle, but the castle, while it's 3D, is actually just a big two-dimensional thing that loops around in circles. It's not actually three-dimensional; it's just two-dimensional. Which is kind of disappointing considering, you know, you get these cool epic settings, but it's not actually there. Yeah, I kind of get that. So, like, I loved when the Shroud first came out, and it literally had a section where every single person in the entire raid had to solve a puzzle, like a tile puzzle. Man, or not a tile puzzle. Which is why somebody wrote the puzzle solver and added that program, which everyone still uses to this day. I love that one. That was so cool. So like I'm telling you, man, some of it's really good though. Like a lot of the puzzles. I think my favorite was yesterday. I'd never done the quest Delirium before, or if I had, I just did it a long time ago. And my favorite is that the final boss, spoiler alert, is a beholder who's trying to solve a tile puzzle to kill you, and so you disrupt him by moving the tiles while he's trying to solve it. So he's spinning the tiles, and you start moving the tiles around. And while you're spinning and moving all the tiles around, he gets super mad at you. And he's like, no, he's like, you guys are griefing me. I hate this game. I don't want to play anymore. And he gets all mad because you're moving the tile puzzles around while he's trying to solve it. Man, I love that. I thought that was so funny. There's this beholder who's like trying to solve these tile puzzles. Or like there's a tile puzzle that you have to solve, but it keeps moving. And then the DM is like, it's like, you know what? Just stop doing the tile puzzle. Just show that tile puzzle who's boss, and you have to like kill the tile puzzle, and you have to fight them. God, I love that. That was so cool. Oh man. As I said, this quest doesn't have any gimmicks, so. Is the one hit to kill wall while you're doing the puzzle. That's true. If you've never done Shroud before, it is one of those situations where it kind of limits you on time. However, at the same time, I mean, while I do agree it kind of sucks, it's a raid, right? So the fact that you can't really get it on your first try and it's difficult, you know, it's it's intentional, right? It's not intended to be extremely easy because it is a raid. At the end of the day, I would prefer my raids to have something that's not accessible, that you have to actually try, you have to try to memorize something. I would much rather that over something that you could just do on the first try. Any raid that would have something that you could just do on the first try is not the kind of raid that I'm looking for. Man, I'm not even getting any of the kills here. Everything's just dying because the warlock damage is going first, and the archers like lining them up and taking them down. I should be helping, but I'm just drinking coffee from my Initech mug. Can you avoid it in the puzzle room? How do you avoid it in the puzzle room, Titan? I'm curious. I didn't know that. I thought it always hit you because it goes through the walls of the room. I didn't know you could actually avoid it in the puzzle room. That's super cool. How do you do that? Oh, well, it's not really what he's asking, though. He's saying while you're solving the puzzle, right? If you're not fast enough, like, that's like saying, oh, well, how do I avoid damage? The answer is like, oh, just stop getting hit. Just don't take any damage. That's not really the most helpful bit of advice. I mean, it is advice, but... Alright, talk to this dude, and now we gotta destroy the thing, and yada. Boring dialogue, I don't really care about that stuff. Oh no! Wind lashers! Death Pact could work, actually, because when you die it brings you back to life. I don't know if it actually does work. It might negate Death Pact. Yeah, because you can let other people in, right? So... Or, you know, you can have, like, somebody who knows what they're doing, just be like a rogue and be able to pick all the doors so they can actually get in and solve all the puzzles for people. I always just, because I'm lucky, I've got two monitors. I wouldn't be able to stream if I didn't have two monitors because it'd be too frustrating and I wouldn't even try. But I'm telling you, like, having a second monitor really steps up your game because you can just put the puzzle on one out monitor and the game on the other, and then bam, you can solve it really lightning quick. Oh yeah, the cheat death capstone? Yeah. Is there a cheat death mechanic that actually works in this game? Because I find a lot of them don't. True fact, the paladin cheat death mechanic, what's it, from, what do you call it? The paladin cheat death mechanic at the end of Stalwart Defender, it doesn't really work, because if you take too much damage and you die, so like if you get knocked to 0 but then you take 250 damage over that, it still kills you because it heals you by 250. And I know because I took it on my paladin. I got the defender capstone on my last paladin life, and it didn't do anything. Like, it never worked, and it was really disappointing how it didn't do a single thing. It didn't help me at all. I actually need to go get the shrine, so I have to go this way. So I know that one doesn't work. There are some cheat death mechanics in the game, but I know the paladin one doesn't work at all. It's supposed to take 2 turns and then bring you back to 250 life, but it doesn't work. Or maybe it does work, but I was just doing it wrong. I had it active and it didn't work. There might be like some way that I just don't know. Haha! Goodbye, Windlashers. Yeah, I don't know about the Rogue capstone. I didn't really play too much Rogue. I'm not a huge Rogue fan, to be honest. I know that there are some of you out there that are huge Rogue fans. It's just not for me. I'm not about the sneaking. I'm not about the espionage and the spying and the keeping it all on the down low. I'm more about murdering. Yeah, I always had the turn charges. It's because I played a human paladin and I maxed my charisma, so I had like 30 turn charges and I never went through them all, but it just never worked. Every time I died, as with Sacred Defender going, I'd still die. I know it doesn't protect you from one-shot mechanics. I know that. So, like, if you get Finger of Death, it doesn't save you. But even through straight damage, I found an Epic Elite, I would just get destroyed. It didn't matter. Yeah, Acrobat Rogue's pretty good. Just whack him with a stick. If anybody can heal, please, please, please do not let Pietas die. Yeah, Acrobat Rogue works pretty good. I just never got into it. When I think about like being able to disable, I like Artificer way better, just mechanically. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I tested it out pretty heftily. I got it at 20, and then I leveled all the way up to 28 before I TR'd again. Just didn't seem to work for me. The giant demon and all those spikes around you in the party? Yeah. Okay, yeah. I know which one you're talking about. That's the one in the high road, the last high road chain, where you have to fight the demon that comes in and there's all the spiky things around you. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't actually tested it in there. I don't know. And now I'm actually going to summon a Eladrin here. Ooh, hey, swim speed. That's what I'm talking about. My swim is 38.5. Cool. So hopefully the Eladrin will keep Pietas alive. But man, that guy's like on a mission. He doesn't even care. He just runs in before like he sees the monster spawn. He's just out there, you know? Also, I just stunned that air elemental. So some monsters are immune to stun. Warlock stun works on every single monster in the game. Same with the Paladin stun. Paladin stun is also buggy. It works on every single monster in the game. Wait, is it Paladin stun or am I just thinking about Warlock stun? Wait, am I thinking of a different buff? I think maybe it just might be just Warlock stun. It might also be Paladin stun though. Oh god, I hate these. Keep me locked down. Yeah man, you gotta swim fast. As Sonic would say, gotta go fast. So I think the rule just generally applies to most aspects of your life, including swim speed. Remnant. Yeah, the shield stun. I'm pretty sure it's bugged and it works on everything. Like I'm pretty sure it's bugged and works on everything. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm like pretty sure. Does that work? No, he's immune. Goodbye, Ramak. Cool. So that one's done. No gimmicks, no nothing like that. Just quest. You know, just quest. Just game. Wow, Impulse of Insightful Impulse. This is the best one-hander I've found. Cool. I got a new one-hander. Nice. Nice. Alright, everyone's favorite quest now. Coal Chamber. What I found lacking was damage, of course, meant to be a tank tree, but my god, it felt like the sword was made of paper. It took me forever to kill things. Sure, I didn't die, but quests were so slow. That's why you play with Sacred Defender, but you still go in Divine Crusader, and you still kill everything because Consecrate's so good. Consecrate is such a good ability. I'm not entirely sure where Turbine might have gotten the concept for the Consecrate ability. I couldn't even imagine another ability from another game. Thanks for coming, Gennard. I don't know where they possibly could have gotten it. Where's Cold Chamber on here? Oh, Coalescence Chamber. There we go. Alright, now we keep going to the Cold Chamber. So yeah, Divine Crusader's pretty good. Consecrate's pretty good. So, I mean, there's no special monsters here. There's just tons of dudes chasing after me. I kill some of them. Dungeon Alert Red. I don't like that. That's another thing. There shouldn't be Dungeon Alert technically, I think, on Adventure Zones, because it's like, what Dungeon Alert? What am I being alerted to? Where's the dungeon? What are what monsters are telling other monsters? Also, for the record, for those of you who may not know, coalescence is when two things essentially become one. It's very layman's terms, so. That's right, Consecrate is not a spell in 3.5. I don't know where you get that idea. But unfortunately, Consecrate is not a 3.5 spell. As much as 3.5 is, like, personally, in my mind, the greatest incarnation of Dungeons & Dragons. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're inside everyone's favorite quest, the Coalescence Chamber. Oh, game lag. Oh, please, servers, help, help. Want to buy servers, help. Oh no, the game lag. Is everything working though? Oh, okay, I can still do stuff now. It's coming back to me. Just have to... Bam! That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, Knight of the Chalice is good. I'm gonna be honest though, Knight of the Chalice I don't think does as much damage as Vanguard, and Vanguard gets the 6 stuns and knockdowns. I think Vanguard's just strictly better, because you also get the shield. I think the only reason you play Knight of the Chalice is if you didn't want to use a shield, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to use a shield, because the physical resistance is like bananas, you know? It's like, help, there's monsters, what do I do? So yeah, I love Vanguard. One of the things I love is doing damage with your shield. And so I'm so glad they added that as an option in with Vanguard. I don't know how to solo Caneth challenges. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to defer to chat for this one. I don't do Caneth challenges. I have actually never done the challenges in this game. I don't care if that makes me sound bad. I've just never done them. Hate away. Just start drinking the haterade, everybody. I've never done them. I don't know how to do them. I think the one I did do was the one where there's like a central mine thing. You have to collect gems or something and bring them to the center. I don't know. I did it one time, many years ago. Oh, where'd he die to? Oh, did you fall down? Oh, I'll get you when we come down, Mechkicks. Although, what is the Bow of Earth? I don't know what this Bow of Earth is, but is it better than the Silver Longbow? Because if you haven't tried the Silver Longbow, I recommend you give Silver Longbow a shot. I've heard Silver Longbow is pretty good. I know this guy who's really biased, and he thinks the Silver Longbow is the greatest, so I think you should check it out. Check out the Silver Longbow for sure. Whoa, that didn't do any damage. Hey, I can level up! Woo! I like that. Oh man, this music just got really hard. Alright, all the monsters are dead except for this troglodyte, who's now dead. And you throw yourself down this pit. Now, you're supposed to use Featherfall, but I'm impatient, so I'm not going to use Featherfall. I'm going to fall all the way down the pit. I'm not going to use Featherfall, by the way. I'm just hitting the ground. Bam! 49 damage. Holy moly. What an amount of damage. 45. Also, I said I got a new weapon. I didn't even equip it. Holy cow. Alright. So first, we're going to res this guy. So Mechkicks is going to get resed by me. Except I fail, because I roll a 5. Give me a little while. I have a 35% chance to activate this. Yeah! Got him. Can I heal him? No, I can't. Yeah, so I'm going to set a new weapon set. And it's the Kinetic Mace. And this. Perfect. Not proficient with my equipment. Not caring. Ha! Got good stuff higher levels. I know about the Silver Longbow because I read your guide build, but it's a pain in the ass to solo farm that quest. If you play on Golanda, I will give you a Silver Longbow. I have an extra one. I was just doing the quest and I got one, and I don't need it. So if you play on Golanda, I'll give you one. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, okay, different Consecrate, dude. This makes Holy Ground, but it also does a bunch of damage. Greater Acid Arrow, Greater Stone Prison, Improved Destruction, Augment Slot, Colorless Slot. Yeah. You can make a new character. The character is so easy, you can do it on a 28-point build. I know. It's very easy. It has no race requirements, no real stat requirements. You just have to start with an 18 dexterity and then have some wisdom and put the rest of the points into con. That's it. So you're more than welcome to restart on... Oh my god, I miss! I can't hit this guy. You're more than welcome to restart on Galanda, if you want one. Total mod for sneaking? I don't know. I've never sneak bud. So I'd love to answer that question, but I have no clue. Damn. Take this, troglodytes. Ah, you suckers. So the trick with this quest, we're going to get to it if you haven't seen it yet. If you're like, man, I don't understand. He makes these like comments about there being ridiculous stuff. You know, I like the fact that you're promoting your server, enemy food. But the thing is, do you really need more than one 100% champion? I think I make up enough champion for all of us. So I think really that's the important thing, you know? Really, there's two people streaming this game? It's hilarious. Watch this stream, by the way. This one's better. This one gives you free stuff. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think bribery is okay. So, yeah. So if you're wondering, you're watching and you're like, oh, also, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to cast Featherfall. So, got to be a man. So up there, here, let me zoom in. Up there is where we have to go. So I'm going to do that. No, 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 no. I'm not going to get lost. But I will talk about how simple it is. So basically, you just keep going up in a circle. If you think you're at the top and you've gotten all the way through the circle, you're dreadfully wrong. You need to keep climbing. You just keep climbing up and up and up and up and up and up. You're going to go insane. What do I mean 100% champion? Well, I guess you weren't here, Gorm Dog. So above my head, it's kind of hard to see because I'm on fire, I have this little crown. This crown makes me a champion, right? Like the champion monsters you see. So this wizard build is the 100% champion wizard build because I'm a wizard, but I'm also a champion. So I'm 100% champion. You know, like other people, like when you play characters, a lot of people will multi-class wizard with rogue, so they can get. Oh man, this guy hurts. Oh jeez. A lot of people will multi-class wizard. Oh, I failed reconstruct twice in a row. What are the odds? 1 in 20 times 1 in 20. 1 in 400. Cool. Anyway, a lot of people will multi-class their wizards with rogue or other different classes and stuff to get a bit of benefit, you know, to get some kind of benefit from multi-classing and mixing these classes. Oh no, I fell. Oh god. What they don't realize is that if you multi-class, you're not 100% wizard, which is why I'm 100% champion wizard. I don't multi-class, I'm just playing champion wizard. No, it's actually a cosmetic. It was given to me by Turbine. Well, the gods of Turbine. They basically said, "Hey, you're the champion." They came into my office. They bust down the door. They said, "Hey, you're the champion. Have the crown." And I was like, "Okay, I accept." Also, there's the champion hunter. He comes by once every 4 months, and if you have 10,000 remnants, just happens to be sitting in your inventory, you give him the champion hunter, and he gives you this, the diadem of fire, and it's a cosmetic headgear. For 10,000 remnants, instead of getting the Crown of Fire, you can get a potion that gives you like Infinity Stone Skin or Infinity Haste. Like they have a cooldown, but they never run out. So it's basically just like a clicky for like Stone Skin and Haste and Freedom of Movement, stuff like that, like good abilities. Or you could get a tome that increases your physical resistance, your magical resistance, or your attack, or your melee, ranged, or spell power. Now, of course, all those things increase your damage, but none of them make you a champion. Yeah, like I said, you can get all these abilities that don't make you a champion. So that's an option. I don't know why you would take it. I don't even claim to understand the process behind taking those things. If you're already a champion, then maybe. But if you're not a champion, I don't know what to tell you. Really, the only thing you can buy is the champion, the crown, to become a champion. and I think it's just a life motto. If you like Queen and their music, they have a song. It's not called "We Are the Stat Tomes," and it's not called "We Are the Stone Skin Potions." It's called "We Are the Champions." So I just it's written like you got to read the facts, man. You just read the facts. The evidence is there. Ooh, I think we're gonna go with Rigonyar. He applied first. Welcome, welcome. We are inside the coal chamber. I'm telling you, like you said, they didn't say like Queen never said we are the stat tomes. They didn't say anything like that. It's we are the champions, dude. And I believe it. So we climbed up that giant thing, and oh man, this music's so good. It's from Super Mario RPG. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend you do. Really great game. Now that we climbed up that first tower, now we got to climb up this second tower. So let's get climbing, everybody. I'm just telling you, it's true facts. Okay, you got to read the facts. Read the lines. Okay. No, you gotta read in between the lines. Okay. I'm telling you, it's the government's trying to hide this information from you, but you can actually be a champion. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm just saying it's possible that you might not get all the information about some of these things. I believe the hat is bound to character. No, it's bound to account. It's bound to account, so it's stuck on the server. I believe it's will keep on providing small bonuses until the end or character deletion. This hat as well, infinite value. I can't believe I didn't even mention this. Infinite value. This crown I can pass from one character to the next. If I decide I hate this character, I can just delete it. I can move the crown into another character and just delete this one. Well, what happens if you decide you don't really like your character anymore? Well, now your tomes are all stuck. Your tomes are stuck on your character. You can't delete that. You can delete that? You're not going to delete that. That'd be crazy talk. So obviously you wouldn't do that. So now you're stuck. You can't delete that character. I'm telling you. What do I think gnomes are going to be like? Well, I don't know anything about the way the gnomes are actually looking, or like turning out, other than the fact that I know the way that they look, because they posted that in the developer, not the developer diary, the vice president wrote a thing where he talked about it. And so I don't know what it's going to do. What I can tell you is this is a promise. This is a true promise. The day the gnome comes out, I'm going to be taking like a day off work, and I'm going to be doing an 8-hour live stream where I make a gnome and play a gnome, and I will be playing a gnome as my next life. So I'm going to make sure I have it prepped so this character can TR into a gnome, and I'll be playing a gnome. So I'm going to be putting as many points as humanly possible into the gnome racial enhancement tree. I'm going to focus on making a gnome whose most important part is the racial enhancement tree. You have to understand the gnome, right? I don't know how the gnome will actually work unless I spend an entire life and like 80 hours playing something. So I'm going to do that. So I don't know how it will be. I don't know how it'll actually turn out. All I know is regardless of whether it's good or bad or not, I'm going to play one. I'm going to make one. It's going to be great. So, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Bam. Regular. I probably won't make an iconic one. Exactly. As many points as nominally possible. Pew. Heal myself to full. Oh, bats! Oh, God. Oh, God. Good. That's right. Gnome supremacist. I'm telling you. So the gnomes are going to be great. I don't know if they're going to work out. Well, we'll see. I'm probably not going to do the iconic just because I don't like epic levels that much. Epic levels are super repetitive, whereas when you're leveling up through the game, I can play one of every single quest each time, so I don't have to repeat any quests. Whereas in epic levels, you run the same quests every single day until you're max level. Which is not a bad thing, it's just a different thing. It's a different way to play the game. And it's not that I hate it, I just prefer leveling the standard way. I don't know. I'm literally gonna, the moment it comes out, I'm gonna be sitting here streaming my my launcher, waiting for the servers to open, and then when they open, I'm going to make a gnome. And I'm just going to do it on stream, read the description, and then make a character class. I'm not gonna go and read, like, what is it, on the Lamania test server and like be like, oh, this is the best stat for the gnome, and no, I'm not gonna figure it out. I'm not gonna like pay attention to the stats, dude. You got to do it on the fly. You got to use your brain. Whatever god you believe in gave you one of these, and so you got to use it. You can't just put your brain in the bank, you know. You can't just be like, well, and then not use your brain to the fullest capacity. So I'm gonna use it on the spot. That's not true. I think that there are some situations in which lots of people like grinding. So, for example, if you like playing a lot of those ARPG games, like, I don't know about you, but I played Diablo 2 for 10 years. I didn't play Diablo 2 for 10 years because I didn't like grinding. Grinding is like the main component of that game. Admittedly, so is the ladder system. The ladder system is very important, and the ladder is one of the best parts about Diablo 2. But it's a whole game's a grind, and everybody loved that game. And if you didn't love that game, I don't know what to tell you, but everybody did. So, right, if you can elite streak in epics, that's fine. The problem with elite streaking in epics is that epic elite is really, really, really hard. And if you're like me, and I play bad characters intentionally, it's really hard to do epic elite right when you hit 20. Because I can't solo epic elite right when I hit 20 on any character. I don't think I've ever had that ability. Even when I played Warlock, that kind of thing. I just don't make characters that are that insanely super strong. I do make strong characters, but soloing Epic Elite is something else, you know? When bosses have 180,000 health, it's kind of hard. So unless you can get a full group for stuff, it's not really possible. Heroic Elite, though, you don't really need a group. I don't need a group to do this. It just makes it more fun and faster. I don't know if we got the key. Somebody should have it. Where are you? Die! Yeah, take that 1200 damage. Arcane Supremacy! 1184. That's what I'm talking about. For 6 mana? What a deal. Actually, Mandrill Sims, if you have builds that are maybe you don't consider up to par, at the end of the stream, generally I have like a discussion stream. So I pick a topic and I do like a deep dive into it, and I talk about some of the finer aspects of it, how it works in the game mechanics, that kind of thing. Today's discussion topic, I'm actually going to be going through the process in which I use to determine how to make and play a character. And so that will be happening at 9:30, the last half hour of the show, and it'll be pretty interesting. So stick around for that point if you're excited and you want to see some of that stuff. Because I'm not going to say it's like, oh, I'm like so perfect and the way that I think about the video game is like so much better than everyone else. But I think it's always good to see like the perspective of other people. Some people play the game strictly to have the best character in the entire game. Other people have other interests. So we'll definitely have to see. This is the part where I get confused. Wait, is he a red name? Oh no, he's spell resistance. I can't beat a spell resistance because I suck. Take that, 100 damage of force. And that's the thing. For 6 mana, I got 60 damage in force with Eldritch Strike, and for 10 mana, yeah, I got 60 damage of force with Eldritch Strike, and for 6 mana, I got 2,000 damage. Way better. The thing is, a lot of people like to multiclass, and multiclassing kind of takes away your ability to do capstones. I don't multiclass, so that's a big part of it. Okay, Behedil's Key. I believe you don't use it here, I just don't remember. I don't remember. Oh god, I don't remember. Right? I hate multiclassing. Dude, I swear to god, we get along so well. Like, you hate multiclassing, I hate multiclassing. Although I'm gonna be honest, you said you never played Diablo, so Like, what is your memory of 1996? Is it just like empty space where there's like you just sat down in front of the computer and the screen was turned off and you didn't know what to do? Like I don't know what you do without Diablo, man. Game was like legendary in the 90s. Hey, 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 hey! I'm not lost yet. I'm just figuring out where to go. If you're going Stealth Ranger, I highly recommend. I don't know how to play Stealth Ranger. Somebody else field this one, please. Okay, okay, you're right. Mech Warrior was also an amazing game, so that's also good. So, okay, that's acceptable. Oh man, I don't know where to go. Ooh. It's down. Oh, oh, please don't fall. Oh no, I didn't do that. That didn't happen. I didn't take any fall damage. I didn't fall down. Yeah, Mech Warrior is pretty good. Um, okay, get out of here, bats. Yo, man, play me some. Like, I love Mech Warrior. Mech Warrior is super cool. I'm actually disappointed I didn't have Mech Warrior growing up because, man, I'll tell you something. You know what's really good? Freaking catapults, dude. I love catapults. So, favorite mech. Love me some catapults. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You say I don't know where to go, and I agree with you, kind of, but at the same time, look at me. Going the right way? Huh? What is this? You know? You guys have no faith. Torchlight 2 is pretty good. Torchlight 2 is pretty good. I actually didn't play Torchlight 2 that much. I mostly played Torchlight 1, which I enjoyed. But the problem with Torchlight 1 is it was like Diablo 2, but not as good. For Stealth Ranger, Deepwood Sniper gives... Well, it depends. No, it very much depends on... Does it depend? No, actually, I think it's always just strictly better to go with the Arcane Archer Capstone or the Deepwood Sniper. I think, yeah, Arcane Archer is strictly better than Deepwood Sniper, 100% of the time. Arcane Archer is better because it gives 20% double shot, which is better scaling than Deepwood Sniper. I think so. Although, actually true, if you're going stealth and you need the sneak attacks, you get more sneak attack damage. So it depends on how you want to scale your damage. I think 20% double shot is just strictly better than any of the other bonuses because it gives you an extra arrow. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with that one. Yeah, Ranger's pretty good. If you're looking for a wonderful guide on Ranger, I actually happen to know a guy who wrote a pretty cool guide. It's pretty sweet, I'll tell you that much. Let me see if I can find it here for you. Oh god, I'm trying to do stuff at the same time. If you're looking for a Ranger guide and you don't know which one to play, I highly recommend this Ranger guide. Really good guide on how to play Ranger. Just fantastic guide, I tell you that much. Really well written, wonderful. Recently updated for some more epic information. Recently updated as today. The guy is always reading the thread, you know, very helpful, responsive. So yeah. Infinite range on sneak attack is pretty good, but how often does that ever come into play, right? That's really the question that you have to ask yourself. How often are you going to need that infinite range? Yeah, exactly. I was raised by video games. You know what's one of the most terrifying sounds ever in Diablo 1? When the butcher goes, "Ah, fresh meat," when you open the door? I don't care. Even adults were terrified by that. 1996 was scary, dude. Go back and listen to the music. The music from the original Diablo 1 is just terrifying. Like, they really got the atmosphere right. No, you're confused. You're just straight up confused. You don't know what you're talking about. I just want to make sure you know that guy who wrote the guide is not actually a noob. He's actually pretty cool. My mom thinks he's pretty cool too. So that's also cool. Oh no, it's a gelatinous cube! Oh wow, this thing actually has a lot of life. No, he destroyed my white Abishai cookie! That rat bastard! Eat Disintegrate, you jerk. Wow. The big problem I have with sneak attacks is that if you're not playing, if you play by yourself, you don't, and you do the most damage without sneak attacks, you don't get to use your sneak attacks, so it's a totally wasted stat. Also, undeads. You can't sneak attack undead. Can I power word stun this? We're about to find out. Power word stun. Hey, it worked! Screw you! I can power word stun anything I want. You're trying to tell me the power word stun doesn't work on everything. Power word stun. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Update the wiki. Power word stun can be used on gelatinous cubes, including champion gelatinous cubes that bypass fortification and can crit you anyway. Man, where's my team? Am I the only one killing this? Team, please. So I think sneaking is good, but I think the big issue with sneaking is just, as I said, if you do enough damage during a regular fight that you hold aggro, then sneak attacks don't really work very well for you. Because if you're holding aggro, you can't actually sneak attack stuff. And if you get... And there's no reduced threat items for ranged in the game. There's only reduced threat items for melee, which I feel like is an oversight. And I think they should fix that. I don't know how to fix that, but I think they should. Wow, Combustive of Fire Lore? Holy crap, what an item. Oh, man. Die! Die! Doo-doo. Yeah, like I said, sneak attack doesn't really work if you solo at all. Alright, now do I know where to go from here? You go up, clearly. Yeah, Bluff gives you a sneak attack. It absolutely does. And the Deepwood Sniper does get a bluff. They do get their forced bluff, which is really good. So, like, I can't say anything bad about that. Where's mechanics? Or mechics? So, because you get, I believe it's called shot, which is an auto... It has a really high critical threat range, so you should be using that anyway when you're playing. This is the 100% champion wizard. If you're looking for a guide, I will actually be writing a guide for it, because I've been asked by way too many people. Normally, I wouldn't really want to write a guide for this, just because it's kind of like a... I wouldn't call it a throwaway character, but it's definitely not the best character I've ever made. But too many people have literally told me, like, wow, this character looks so cool and looks like it's really fun to play, because they've never seen this purple explodey blast. And I can't blame them. Except until I started playing it, I'd also never seen the purple explodey blast. So, like, I totally get that. But, like I said, it's not as exciting as it looks. Well, at least it's pretty good. The leveling, though, man, I tell you something, the leveling is just... With this character, until I got to level 12, it was like grinding your teeth to level up. At least grinding your teeth compared to other character classes. It was interesting in that you had to think a lot more about every single encounter that you played. So as opposed to most character classes like Warlock, where you literally walk in, hold down right click while also hitting the buttons in your keyboard that activate the bursts and watching rooms empty out. This, you actually kind of had to think about it. You might have to use crowd control, you might have to invis past certain monster groups. Crowd control is actually a big one. Web became very important. So I don't think... Actually, I think it's wrong, not entirely correct to say that it was completely a chore, but it definitely was a harder fight to level up this character than other characters I've leveled up in the past. I really hope Mechix is up. Yeah, the first few levels, exactly, because you can watch it. The clip is actually on YouTube, on the official DDO Stream YouTube channel, and it's also, on the official Dungeons & Dragons Online YouTube channel. It's also here on Twitch. You can watch it, the 3 hours of me not using any spells and using it like a Warhammer. I had a Warhammer that gave 70 to Reconstruction, so I could use that to pretty much heal myself to full with every single heal cast, and just melee guys. It worked. It wasn't the way I wanted to play the character, but I wasn't about to take, like, you know, Burning Hands or some one of those stupid, useless elemental spells. But the game did require me to think a lot more. for the leveling process. So soloing was also a bit harder. However, I played as a Warforged, which made it way easier. There will actually, I think, for some, if I play a character that turns out to be exceptionally bad, I'm going to label it as a challenge build. This is a self-limiting challenge build. The ultimate challenge mode for this build is to play this exact build, but instead of playing Warforged, you play like Drow or something, and see how far you get. And I don't think you'll get very far at all. I think you'll just get annihilated if you try to play Drow. I don't think this character actually works if you're not a Warforged, because you have no way to heal yourself, because the whole point of the build is you don't use the Pale Master tree. I mean, it's a self-limiting challenge. You have to limit yourself on something. So, and I mean, of course, you don't have to limit yourself on something. I choose to limit myself on these things. I'm not saying like, oh, I have to do it. But that would be the real challenge. Like, yeah, if you wanna play a freaking half-orc, let me tell you, that would be unbelievable. The difficulty on that would be insane. Half-orc challenge. Oh, did that raise actually go through? Mekix, did you actually get the raise? Yeah, well, it would be literally unplayable. If you tried to play it as a gnome, you wouldn't be able to play the build. Like, it just wouldn't work out at all. I think he's AFK. I have no mana. What am I doing? I have 30 points. YOLO. Ah! Die, monsters. 30 mana. Get destroyed by my 30 mana. 12 mana now, actually. Ha ha ha. Dispel my spells, will you? Take 800 damage. Yeah, it's literally unplayable. All right, now you guys have been good. You've been playing. Yeah, I'm assuming that it'll be. Oh, whoever put that right on the chest is kind of a jerk. Be very careful when you loot the chest. Don't click the door. And who says they're not going to add illusion spells to the game, man? Alright, running with the devils next. Running with the devils next. So yeah, they definitely should add more illusion spells. I think that it's going to be wizard. Is going to be the class. Yeah, I think they likely will add more spells, and I think that that it will be wizard as the gnome. I think the gnome will be wizard. I'm almost confident that the iconic would be gnome wizard. Like, I don't know why they would put anything else other than gnome wizard. Like, I can't imagine what a gnome would be. The only thing I could imagine gnome being instead of wizard would potentially be warlock, at best. Like, it's wizard or warlock. There should be nothing else. So it should be a wizard with bonuses to illusion and stuff like that. But the thing is, the race is the deep gnome. So I don't know, man. It's really hard. It's really hard to say. I'm not the game designers. I'm sure they're thinking of something really smart. They got something in the pipes. I kind of like having this big club. Look at this. Before I had this little dinky dagger, now I have this like big manly club. It's actually pretty cool. Smash people. Yeah. I have no idea how effective I'm actually going to be in this quest. This is one of the harder quests in this area, because the monsters are good, because we're fighting Eladrin. So you can't use all your all your good magic, your smite evils and all that. Doesn't work here. And they have tons of spell resistance, so... Man, if there's a gnome barbarian iconic, that would be awesome. That would be super cool. I would love that. Minus on strength, bonus to constitution. I don't know what it's going to be. Oh my god, these guys hurt. Whoa. Stop healing yourselves, you jerks. Oh my god, they heal too much. They can heal so fast? What am I supposed to do? Because they heal for like 700 each. Okay, that's really hard. I might need guys to help me. Be Sverblin, because they could have affinity for earth elemental magic. I think that could work as well. Well, man, even if you did have information, you're supposed to be that them their dude on that their players council, and you can't tell people anyway. Oh wait, so we're gonna tie up the shoe now, are we? I learned how to do that back when I was in first grade. Get it? Tie up the shoe? We're gonna tie up the shoe? Get it, guys? Did you get it? Did you get the joke? I don't know. I don't know how I was supposed to know. Was I supposed to get an email about it or something? Because if I was supposed to get an email, I didn't get an email. So I'm gonna assume no. I said, I don't know. If, like I said, if it was already decided and they, oh no, help, team, somebody, please. Oh, I'm dead. No, I was looking at the chat. No, that's not fair. Ooh, true resurrection spell, gimme. Yeah, like I said, I have no idea. So, like I said, if it's supposed to be done by email or something, then I haven't looked. If it's like exclusively on the forums, then I super don't know. Because I do browse the forums, but the past few days I've kind of been working on a couple other projects, so I haven't really spent a lot of time on the forums. And when I say working on a couple other projects, I mean I spent almost 13 hours playing DDO on Saturday. So that's one of those things. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I will actually be posting a thing. Oh my God, I'm supposed to do the giveaway. Man, I didn't even do that. I hope you guys all want to do a giveaway. We're gonna do that. Actually, should I do that right now? I can do that while I play the game. I have these minions that are gonna play the game for me. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do the giveaway. So I'm gonna type this in chat to make sure. If you want in on the giveaway, you gotta type something in chat, please. So that way everybody will know. I gotta make sure this actually works. Bam, cool. I have a ton of people in the giveaway. Yeah, I'll probably do it at the end of quest, but I just want to let people to know that the giveaway is happening. So if you want to be part of it, you have to type something in chat. If you don't type something in chat, you can't be a part of it. That's the rule. The giveaway, if you're curious, is the DDO starter pack. Oh God. Oh no. Oh, I rolled a 2. Please reconstruct. Oh my God, back off. Back off. These just don't care. They just really hurt. Holy cow. L semicolon KE pick me. Well, I don't know what L semicolon KE pick means, so I don't know. I don't know about that. Hey, what's up, Rothko? It's the Dungeons & Dragons Online starter pack. Let me see if I can find... Hey, look at this. It's one of these. That's what I'm giving away today. It will be at the end of this quest. So if you want to make sure you get in, you have to type something in chat, because it's read by the chat box. You can type anything you want in chat to make sure you're paying attention. So, or that I'll actually be able to get you with the chat. So you could type something in like, wow, this stream is really insightful, and I really appreciate it. I'm going to watch it every week. Or you could type something like, you know, Strimtom is a really cool guy, and I like him, and I want him to keep streaming. Or you could type something else like, I hope you die in a fire, Strimtom. I hate you and everything about you. Those are all acceptable terms that you could just type in. Um, and then you'll be registered for the draw. So I said it's very important that you type something in. Now, one of the biggest problems about playing Wizard, and I've said this millions of times. Billions of times? No, more than that. Quadrillion times. The biggest problem with playing Wizard is that you run out of mana. This doesn't happen with any other character. Look at this. Bard, still got full mana. Cleric, you know, Warlock, tons of mana on these guys. I run out of mana because I use mine to cast my spells. Terribly inefficient, awful class. I don't know how people can play it. Holy cow, I beat that guy's spell resistance? That was exciting. I also need to find a way to get better spell resistance. I don't have a spell resistance item, which I really should have. Oh, although I'm critting right now. I'm trucking. Holy crap! These crits are ridiculous! These damage is crazy. This feels super cool. I love this. Like, I already like the fact that I'm playing a robot, and I'm doing a bunch of damage with these really cool looking force spells, but wow, man. I know, right? Mana to cast spells. It's just terrible. I don't know how to deal with it. But yeah. So, very important. Actually, these guys are going to go do the boss. So up here is a boss who heals himself a lot. Palin Valence or whatever. Guy heals himself a billion times. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, I know. The top tier enhancement. This one right here, Arcane Supremacy, I was kind of worried about it because pretty much it activates every 90 seconds. Every time you cast a spell, it has a 10% chance to cast, and it has a 90-second cooldown. I was worried on how effective it was actually going to be, largely because how effective is a buff that's only up for 12 seconds at a time out of every 90 seconds really going to be? Well, if it's ever up during a boss, you destroy the boss. Like, no contest destroy the boss. It's kind of amazing. So, I don't know, I really like it. Hee die, devils. This is how you do it. It's not that it doesn't always activate, but when it's off cooldown, you can't really control when it activates. I think the big thing that's important to remember about this, or like sorry, that would make this really good, the actual Arcane Supremacy, is if there was a buff on that went on your bar that told you how long till it was off cooldown. I think then it would be pretty much a very, very useful skill because you could actually time when you want to use it. Right now, it just kind of activates whenever it wants because I'm not going to keep a 90-second counter on to the next time it's going to activate. I'm just not going to do that. So if it had a counter, it would be very, very good. I just wish it did. Man, I wish it did. Just wish. So yeah, cannot stress enough. Make sure you you go ahead and you hit type something in the chat. If you also, it's already, oh, he's already dead. If you feel so inclined as well, and you like this stream, there are people that are just like me that also stream on this service. So if you're having a fun time and you want to keep having a fun time, I suggest you follow the stream up here. It's it'll be grand old riveting time. Also, this boss right here is one of the hardest things ever. Termin Rimond. He's going to turn you inside out. He is so mean. He does so much damage. He heals himself for like 10 billion. Oh my god, dude. This guy. This guy, dude. So it's really important to kill his like little ads. The Gehelis. Gehelis? I don't know how to pronounce them. You have to kill the ads. And then you pretty much just need to just defend yourself. You need to cast healing spells at the fastest possible speed. And just kill this guy, because he will destroy you. If you're trying to like self-heal, oh man, don't even try. Just keep casting spells at him. Also, don't fail any of your saves. It's very important. Man, he heals so fast. Jeez. Oh god, gotta heal. I don't even care how much mana it costs, because after you kill him, you get a shrine. But my god. Die. Beautiful. I love it. Alright. Rush Shrine. Gale. I say Gaheli because I can't pronounce anything. And I'm okay with that. There we go. Get all our buffs. Make sure everyone's got a buff. Then we're going to fight all the final bosses. Final bosses, not too hard. But, you know, they do, they're, you know, a little... If you have to fight 5 final bosses at the same time, can be complicated. I'm going to eliminate that complication by having a team that are very powerful, that I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, the clerics. They hurt. They really hurt. They're the worst ones. So I'm going to throw down some Ice Storm, clearly, because you got to have some Ice Storm. And here we go. Oh yeah, because you just have like somebody who's like, oh, haha, I'm in vampire stance, and then they get vaporized because they take 4 times damage from Searing Light, which can't dodge, or they can't evade. These extra monsters I don't even care about. Like, oh no, melee? What are they going to do? Get displaced by my displacement? I don't even care about that. But man, it's just that caster, dude. Oh, Terran Rimond. Terran Ramoned? I don't even know. The guy hurts. Hurts a lot. Cool. Now we're good. Grab our treasurer chest. Fainted Gloves of Combat Mastery. Alrighty. Yeah. Give me that. And now everyone's here. We're going to do a teleport to Meridia for everybody. Because that's the whole point of being a cleric, or being a wizard. Alright, team. So you've all waited and waited and waited. Doing... Cool. Alright, so we're doing the giveaway. So, very important. If you wanted something, please make sure you typed in chat. I'm going to give you guys just a couple more seconds to make sure you did, in fact, type in chat. So you got something. It's very important. You got to type in chat, man. You got to type in chat. Just type in chat. I'm going to be doing a countdown. 1 minute countdown. Oh, jeez. That sucks. I waited till everyone looted, though, so that's why. I don't know. Alright. Has it been a minute? I don't know. So now we're going to do the giveaway thing. So I got to get out of settings. Giveaway. Alrighty. So everyone's on here. Let's see who we get. You guys ready? Are you ready? I don't know if it's actually going to show up on stream. I have no idea how this works, or if it's going to show up in the chat box. Whew. There's a lot of people on this list, so... And the winner of the starter pack unlock code is... wow, that's corruption. So this is... the person that won is Titan201419. Is the winner. Titan, if you like that, please respond. It is rigged. I can't say much. If you like the starter pack, then please respond and you'll get it. However, if you already happen to have it and you'd like someone else to have it, let me know and I'll roll again. I will roll again, but I need to know. I'm going to get a response. I have to get a response in... what? Oh, is he not allowed to win? Is he not? Because I also need to get a response. So I haven't gotten a response, so he can't win. Alright, so I haven't gotten a response. I don't know if he's actually here. Is he here? Alright, well he's not here, as far as I can tell. So, we'll give it another 30 seconds. I have the timer here. And if he's not here, I'm going to re-roll it. Because he's got to be here. Because I want to give it away. So yeah, if he already has a starter pack, then I'll do the re-roll. All right, so we're gonna do a re-roll, everybody. So if you didn't win, congratulations, you now have a chance to win. So the new winner. Oh, congratulations to this winner here. On being the new, So Raphael LBM, yeah, starter pack. My life is a musical. Uh, okay, cool. Sounds good. Thanks, T13. Technical 13. So I just need to get a response from Raphael BM. If he responds, I can give him a starter pack. That's all I want. So Raphael BM, if you're in the chat here, please respond. I need you guys to respond. You got to be paying attention. I want to do the role, but you got to respond. Please respond. Like I'm like a guy messaging. I'm a desperate guy messaging a girl. Please respond. I'm gonna give it another 30 seconds, and then I'm gonna go to the next role. Cause I want people to win. So 30 seconds. So we have to respond. And while I'm waiting for responses, I'm just gonna start going through this list and picking up items to make sure I can get that stuff out of the way. Concentration 15, resistance 7. That's an interesting item. Oh, I know there's a delay, but the delay is only like 20 seconds? Yeah, not even 20, so there you go. Don't worry, I'm waiting. Alright, don't worry guys. It looks like Raphael's not here, so we're going to have to go to the next on the list. So if you haven't won yet, you now have another chance. I can't stress enough, you gotta be here to win. So, alright, so he's not here. So, new role. So, here we go. Whew. Okay. Alright. Today's winner. Please respond to receive gift. Please respond to receive prize. Please respond to receive the prize, Gormdog. Just do it. I want to give this away. You guys are making it really hard. Even if you already won the prize and you win, all you have to do is respond. You get it, and then you're like playing the game, and you're like, man, I met this guy, and he doesn't have this game. I can give it to him, and then he can play with me. So, please, Gormdog, accept the prize. So I'm gonna have to go to the next person. I don't want to keep doing this forever. You're right. It's not a silver longbow. It's not quite as good as the silver longbow, which is a superior item. I know you guys were all here, and it was great. It just makes me feel bad. It is more fun because it's more interactive. Because you guys keep thinking like, oh, it's gonna reset, and maybe it'll be me. And I want to give it away, but if he doesn't respond, yeah, exactly. If you win it and you already have it, you can just give it to somebody else, and they get a chance to play the game. But yeah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go rebuff, and I'm gonna figure out the next quest. Gormdog has 15 seconds to respond before I have to re-roll it again. Every time, yeah, it keeps cutting people out. So don't worry. There's a lot of people on the list, and I have to cut some other people. Like Technical 13's off, I'm off. All right, we're doing a re-roll. Here we go, everybody. It could be you. Edward T, congratulations, you won! Good job, buddy. You did it. If you'd like it, please respond in the chat. If you stay silent out of spite, just I'll be very mad. Congrats, Edward. Good job, man. Edward T. He said something. Oh God. All right. Good work, Edward. So Just call him Ed. Alright, Ed. Alright. So, I'm assuming you want it. He's a smiley face. So now I'm going to send you a message on Twitch. You have to respond to the message on Twitch. If you respond to the message, you'll get the code. Starter pack code. Please respond for code. Okay, thanks. Send. So Edward, please check your messages. You should have had a message from me that says has the code in it, and then you'll be able to win your wonderful, fantastic prize. What quest do I want to do while I wait around now? We did all those quests. I only have about half an hour left of the stream of the actual questing portion. What's a good quest to do? Some like good, solid, standalone quests. There we go. This is going to be we're doing level 18 quest next. I'm going to do a couple of the, yeah, thanks for watching. I can't do Sane Asylum. I cannot do Sane Asylum, by the way. I can't do that quest. That's way too hard. Starting with, which quest do we do today? I want to do, I believe it is, what's this one called? Dream Conspiracy? I believe it's Dream Conspiracy. Dream Conspiracy is the first one. Yeah, but see, I don't play casual. I'm a 100% champion wizard. And you know what happens when you play the game on elite? You get champions. You know what happens when you play the game on casual? No champions. No champions. 0 champions. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Reloading my messages. I didn't get a response. Cool. Yeah. Because IQ is a great pack. Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to set it up. So we're going to do it. I believe it's the Dream Conspiracy is the first one? I believe that's the first one. Bam. Alright, great. So now we go to the harbor. Actually, it's probably faster to teleport. Well, whatever. Hey, my guy looks like he's made of stone. That's kind of neato. I like how the crown shows up in my little portrait, though. I like that. I think that's really cool. So yes, but congratulations to Ed T. Oh my god, I got stuck in a corner. May the starter pack bring you happiness in life. I'm assuming I sent that. Hey, you responded. That's cool. I just need to go grab the quests here because I'm lazy and I didn't do that. Thank you, Edward. So finding the path and Dream Conspiracy. We're going to start with Dream Conspiracy. Welcome, welcome. Is it Dream Conspiracy is the first one? Sunken Parish? I think so. Yeah, there's no champs on Korthos. Unfortunately, I can't skip Korthos. Hey, hey, hey. Alright, we're going to go in here. Starter pack code. I'm going to go to my special secret, super secret code document. If for any reason you're like on my computer and you find my super secret code document, don't be a jerk and steal them. Bam. Just let everyone win their codes, you know what I'm saying? I believe I shared it. Here we go. Alright, code has been sent out. Now, if you'd like to win, by the way, next week I'll be doing another giveaway. Although this week's giveaway, while it is a starter pack and it is pretty great, next week It's a Menace of the Underdark expansion pack giveaway. That's right, the entire expansion pack. You ever want to play the Menace of the Underdark? Do you want to play Druid? Druid's a pretty sick class. Turns into a wolf, and a bear, and a fire elemental, and it gets Earthquake. If that sounds cool to you, next week I'm going to be giving one of those away on stream. I'm going to find a more effective delivery method. These guys have 3,400 life! Oh my god! I don't have time to kill these monsters. What is this? Jesus. Standard edition. Unfortunately, I'm not made of money, so they're only standard editions. But, next week I will be absolutely giving one away, and it will be fantastic. All of you will love it. And that's why you should absolutely tune in to next week's stream. And you know what? If you want to tune into next week's stream, the best way to know when we're going to be streaming on the official DDO stream, here at the official DDO stream, is to follow this stream. Make sure to pick me up on the Facebook and the Twitter, because I do stream when the actual DDO stream is going to be happening. It's pretty great. And even better, I think. Why is this locked? Oh, because there's monsters. Even better and more important, if you want to follow the stream and make sure you're always, you're always following the stream, Tom. Maybe I do giveaways on my own stream. I'm telling you, go to this guy and follow this stream. He's a good guy. I like his stream, mostly because it's mine. I'm plugging my own shit, so go follow it. Be sheep and to follow exactly what I tell you to follow, everybody. That's what I want. And I think we're good. And then if you do all of those things, I guarantee it will make it so it's still possible for you to win in the next draw. I'm not going to guarantee you will win. That's crazy talk. But I guarantee it'll be possible for you to actually maybe kind of potentially win. And isn't that really what matters? I think this is fatal anyway. I don't remember how to do this. I think this is trapped no matter what. I'm gonna let these guys do it. I can't do it. I'm not going in this room. I just remember being trapped. I have no faith. I'm terrified, so I'm not going in there. Just not doing it. Oh, we got the door open? Cool. Do one of these. What? They all saved. That's a bunch of crap. None of that. And I think that's it. I think I've plugged everything. I usually stream stuff like this. You know, this video game, other video games. Although in this stream, I only stream this stream because this is my favorite video game of all time. Clearly, it's everybody's favorite video game of all time. You ever play Dungeons & Dragons Online? Then someone would be like, yeah, that's my favorite video game of all time. Am I a sheep or a shark? Neither. I'm a sheep. I'm a sheep. Actually, I'll concede the point. I am actually a sheep. I do generally what people tell me to do. I have no individuality or personality. I just kind of follow the masses. And the best way to follow the masses is if you're a sheep. You just blindly do whatever. Honestly, it makes your life a lot easier if you're a sheep. Because, like, yeah, people will blame sheeps for stuff and call you sheeple and stuff. But, man, at least you're consistent, you know? Now, if this character was a purple Dragon Knight, holy crap. Let me tell you, this would be the worst character ever. First, you'd have a level of fighter, which is just a waste of time. You don't need that. Then, you wouldn't be able to heal yourself, and you do need that. So that would be, like, pretty bad to start. Holy crap. If this character was a purple Dragon Knight, this would be, like, the worst character I ever made. Where's the music? I want some music. What time is it? Oh, it's 9:13. Cool. I got another 15 minutes of games, and then we'll do a little extra segment that you guys will like. Oh, where's the... Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I shall wake you from the daydream of life. Except he gets crit. Yeah, give me that treasure. Treasure! Oh shit, more tormented dreams. I don't entirely understand how the story behind here. I know the gist of it is that there's like, you know, the quarry or whatever are like evil, and they're trying to like take control of everything. So, all right. Why would you play a Purple Dragon Knight Wizard, other than the fact that the Purple Dragon Knights have that like big bulky shoulders? Like, I know that having the big bulky shoulders and having like the big wide run, that's one reason to play Purple Dragon Knight. Other than that, why would you play Purple Dragon Knight on a wizard? I'm actually legitimately curious. I'd love to know. I usually do play strange class combinations, like race class combinations. So, I mean, I'd be very much interested. What's your reasoning behind, like, you know, the idea behind it? Oh, okay. So do you still have that one level of wizard, or did you use one of the hearts to get out of it? Hold on, I love this. I'm just gonna read this. What do you want? I'm here to rescue you. What? Do I look like some kind of princess? No, ma'am. Huh? Did you just call me ugly? No, ma'am. I'm too short. Is that it? No, ma'am. Do you think this chainmail makes me look fat? No, ma'am. Are you lying to me? No, ma'am. What are you, some kind of parrot? Are you even listening to me? No, ma'am. I mean, yes, ma'am. Who sent you? Jonas Wilkes, ma'am. I knew he could confess his undying affection to me. Do you think his father would approve? Why don't you go ask? That's great. I'd be tempted to do a Purple Dragon Knight Sorcerer build, although I would re-roll out of the level of Fighter, so I could be pure, pure character. The problem is the Eldritch Knight Capstone is the worst capstone in the entire game, and I will fight tooth and nail for people to agree with me that it's actually worse than the Radiant Servant Capstone. Because the Radiant Servant Capstone, if you read the Radiant Servant Capstone, what it says is, this capstone has no effect on the gameplay, and it's important. But if you read the Eldritch Knight Capstone doesn't actually say that. It says, you think this will increase your damage, but it actually decreases it. And I think that's a big distinction. Yeah, I'll give it a chance. But so Eldritch Knight is, I think Eldritch Knight is worse, in a worse position than the other one. Don't let Jonas Wilkes die. Jonas Wilkes is a champion, just like me. Look at this guy. Also, I love this armor set. I want to get one of these. I don't know where you get this. If somebody knows where you get this armor set, this looks pretty cool. I want this. This is pretty good. Actually, I like this too. Where do you get this? That one's alright, I guess. His is the worst. Yeah, I want this. If you know where you get this armor set, please let me know. I want this one. Oh, I should summon my Eladrin. No, I'm going to summon a Hezru. That sounds cooler. Man, there's so many Blade Barriers, dude. Let's just make some Ice Storms. I'm going to try to drop my frame rate. Hold on a sec. Dropping frame rate. Okay. Hold on, let me just drop the frame rate some more. Oh, the frame rate's getting pretty low right now. I need some more Ice Storms. The frame rate is pretty too high. I'm at 25 frames. Ugh. There's bonuses in the half-elf tree for lightning damage? I did not know that. Also, the random armor is not actually random, and I know that just because this armor here that the dwarf is wearing is one of the sets from, or one of the armor pieces from Necro 4. So you have to go to Necro 4 to do that. And not this guy's, but... I did not know that. Admittedly, I'm going to be honest, I've never played a half-elf. I've never played a half-elf ever. So, I don't know what to tell you. Never played a half-elf. I've played half orcs, never half elves though. Oh, cause they get Orion, don't they? I guess they get their own dragon mark, so they get like chain lightning and stuff. That's interesting. Yeah, I might put it up there. Although I'm gonna have Controller Warrior. I think Controller Warrior is just way too good, mostly because of how closely it sounds to Control Warrior from Hearthstone, even though it's totally different. Conjuration Focus, Insightful Wizardry. Not better than my Lion's Mane. Ooh, Disc of Phantasms. I don't know what that does. I'm gonna pick it up anyway. Rescue Jonas Wilkes again. Thank you. Take care. I got it. Cool. I'm gonna do the other one that's right next to it. The Finding the Path. 2 or 3 SLAs at a Half Elf tree. I'm gonna have to look at that afterwards. That's actually gonna play into our discussion that we're gonna have immediately after this, regarding characters and character creation. There's a bit of a discussion I want to have about that, so we'll talk about it. Don't worry. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure everyone has Finding the Path. So you gotta click share like 3 or 4 or 5, 6 times. Now this is one of those quests that also requires like a lot of people. Finding the Path, because you have to defend a guy or defend like an orb. It's not really a guy, so. Call lightning? Okay, I'll have to check it. Thanks, Diggle. Alright. Where is it? Dream Conspiracy. Now we're on... Where is it? I don't know where it is. I don't know where the quest is. Finding the Path. These quests are cool. Monsters have too much health, though. I think it's a problem. He has like a thing on his brain. I don't like your tone, meatbag. You can take your inspiration and shove it. Oh, damn, that doesn't work. I like that. I like that line. I have half elves. I just don't. I don't have I don't play them. I have the class or the race. I can play one. I just don't play them because reasons. Yes, the capstone still exists. So I'll give you an example. So this is the wizard tree. Right now, Archmage, which I'm going to be getting later, Master of Magic. This is a wizard capstone. So it requires me to have 40 points spent in this one tree, and then I can get the Archmage capstone. And you can only take one capstone. They're not called capstones, but it's a capstone. You only get one. So I took this one, which gives me a +2 to DCs. All metamagic feats cost 1 point to use, and heightening costs 1 point less point per level of heightening. So that's pretty cool. So essentially, the guy walks away and turns out he's this giant, like, super mega wraith thing with the things. I don't know. He looks really cool. And he summons these dream monsters to attack our will. Our collective will is right here, so we have to defend our collective will. Actually, I don't know anything about half-elves, so I'll have to look into that. I have never played one. The problem with half-elves is they don't get a bonus to a stat, and they don't get a feat. So I don't know why I would ever play one. And also, they're half-elves! They're not even full elves, man. You can't look at their face? You haven't tried Vanguard? Dude! Oh my god. Vanguard is the only way to play Paladin. Dude, once you go Vanguard, you will never play anything else. Because when you play Vanguard, you can have Charisma as your max stat and still deal 1 billion damage. Because Vanguard's so OP. No, Vanguard's way too good. So Vanguard is really glitchy. So the Vanguard capstone makes it so that every time you hit with your shield, it has a 5% chance to stun the target. The thing is, if you use shield charge, that counts as a shield smash. If you can get at least like I think it's 2.5 attacks per second, which is just having the haste buff on and having the capstone. So 2.5 attacks per second with the haste buff. And you have at least, I think it's 50% chance to shield bash. It's always on cooldown, so you're always shield bashing. And I don't know, it says 5% chance to stun monsters, but it seems to stun way more than 5% of the time. I haven't seen the animation. I'll have to take a look at that then, if it's that good. I think the music in here is good. Hold on a second. I'm going to turn off my own music for a sec. I'm going to turn the music on in game. It's kind of neat. It's like this kind of like... Oh, Champion Reaver. That one's going to kill people. That has to get stunned. Trust me, when I played a lot of Paladin, when you do the Vanguard Capstone, it's honestly one of the greatest feelings ever. You attack so fast, you're constantly stunning monsters for free, and just the attack speed is ridiculous. It's essentially the same attack speed as single weapon fighting, but you get a shield as well. Yeah, and especially some of the newer shields that they added in the game. So if you get a shield like this one, Shield of Tireless Aid, if you wear this, not only does it give you a bunch of healing, amp, and devotion, but it also makes it when you take damage, you have a chance to get a heal spell cast on yourself, which is just way too good as like a shield. But it gets even better when you factor in. I'll show off one of the shields in a bit, because oh my god, I got a good shield. Oh yeah, Fighter Vanguard's also really good. Fighter Vanguard's a little bit better at being just straight up a Vanguard, simply because they get better DCs on all their feats. Plus, they actually have access to Stunning Blow way easier. So fighters can choose from their feats to have an extra plus, I believe it's 12 to all their DCs for almost nothing. Whereas if you're playing as a Paladin, you don't get that extra plus 12 from your feats. And plus 12 on all your DCs is nothing to shake your head at. That's really good. So, I don't know. Yeah, 1425 damage. So the Fighter Vanguard's still very good. The thing about Fighter Vanguard is it can't heal itself, right? I think that's just the biggest thing. I think the damage between Fighter and Paladin is similar, but Fighter Vanguard can't heal itself, which is kind of not so good. Oh, I accepted his invite. Oh, he's already in a party. Oh, okay. I guess he's not loading. I don't know. Later, I also want to do the Health Canis quest. Health Canis quests are really cool. Excuse me. I still have to earn 300,000 experience points, and I have no idea when I'm going to do that. That's true. You can play a Halfling Vanguard fighter and heal yourself with the Dragon Mark. That could work. The problem is Vanguards, if you're not playing as a Paladin, they scale very heavily off of strength, and I don't know if I want to give up that 2 points of strength. But, I mean, geez, give up 2 points of strength, get a ton of healing, right? Welcome, welcome. We are inside. Almost done, too. Oh, man, that kind of, like, really screech? Alright, that screech is like... No thanks. Goodbye. Goodbye, music. Is the Cleric healing past life spell-like ability actually that good, though? Like, that's really the question, right? Is it that good? Like, so for my past lives, this character, I've got Paladin. I don't want to show unavailable. I've got... Yeah, Heroic. I've got Paladin and a Ranger. I've got 3 Paladin and 1 Ranger. Man, Ranger's terrible. Paladin's terrible. I wouldn't take either of those, tell you that much. Where are the monsters? Game froze. Oh god, what's happening? Someone help! Alright. So yeah, I think you know, that could actually work. Halfling might work. Because it doesn't really matter. I think I'm going to do Vanguard Fighter regardless, but the Controller Warrior, I'm telling you, Controller Fighter is going to be amazing. That's true, you can, but you can't take those feats as a fighter. Because you need spellcasting ability to be able to take those feats. So you'd have to multi-class. And if you multi-class, you lose something. You lose the capstone, and you can't lose the capstone. How will I control? Dude, using the controller! I'm telling you, it works. Okay, I don't like this rust monster. He doesn't like me. I think we're just gonna leave it at that. No. Back. Bad rust monster. Oh god. Oh god. Triple boss time. I'll fight a Marut. I'm good. Oh god, the rust monster's coming for me. Get away. Get away, rust monster. No. No food for you. Get out. Get out. I don't like this. I do not approve. This is totally against it. And also, for the record, you ever played Vanguard? They get that boss-ass shield charge, dude. Shield charge is a full enemy team knockdown, because you just got a shield charge in a line. Oh, I'm telling you, those knockdowns are sick. Alright. Man, it's 9:30. Eventually, we wake up from the dream. Go over here, I'm going to use the shrine. Gotta get all my mana back, because I have none, because I'm a wizard, I'm feeble. Look at this Warlock with his full mana, or almost full mana, and still doing full damage. God damn it, I'm jealous. Like, Fighter's one of those classes that always seemed like it would be fun, but I just never got around to playing, because they can't heal themselves, and if you don't have friends to play with, Fighters, I can imagine Fighters would be hard to solo with. Damn. Oh, I love that he's got this, like, bug on his face. Come here, buddy, with your bug face. He's being mind controlled. Look at that cool bug. Look at this, how cool this bug looks. Oh, man, come back. Come back, man. Where that bug? Oh, look at that. Look at this bug. Oh, my God, come back. Stop it. Maybe I'm just obsessing over a bug, but I think this bug looks so cool. Come back with your 17,000 life. Oh yeah, like if I was playing Fighter, I would absolutely play in Divine Crusader for the healing. On this server, like I have people I like playing with, absolutely, but I wouldn't say I have any like direct friends on the server. How do I get out of this building? How do you get out? Supposed to have to carry on stacks, healing pots, and healing amp. Yeah, but the problem is, if you guys know this, right? The next character I'm playing is likely going to be a Warforged Bard. I'm never going to be able to not play Warforged, so, like, healing amp means nothing. And there's no repair amp in the game, so... Oh, man, it doesn't work. I'm out. Gotta finish upstream. Thank you all. Alright. I'm gonna hand in these quests, and then we're gonna do some stuff. Ken BC, I'd love to be your friend. Just friend me in game. I don't know what your character's name is, but I'd love to be your friend. So, yeah, and it usually ends up being on armor, of course. Like there are repair amp items in the game, but oh god, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go in like full rage mode. Okay, so you're gonna get it because you got me started talking about this. But I super rage about repair amp because there's this huge discrepancy between repair amp and every other character in the entire game. Oh man, don't even get me on the rant. Oh god, the rant is coming. The rant is coming. I actually made an entire video about it. Oh my god, I made 2 videos about it actually. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. All right. So before I even get started on today's topic, we're gonna start on repair amp. Here we go. Nope, no armor with repair amp. Check this out. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Alright. Check it. Okay. So, I'm looking at my bank. Look at all these items. Check it out. Purple Dragon Gauntlets. How do you get Purple Dragon Gauntlets? It takes, like, 5, I think. 5, like, little tokens for level 20. What does this give you? 60 healing amp. Wow. 60? Every character in the game gets 60 heal amp? Bam. So easy to get heal amp. It's so easy to get heal amp. Where's the 60 repair amp item, huh? Where's the 60 repair amp item that also gives strength and constitution or whatever? No, you have to bounce around and find that one perfect item that gives you that little bit of like repair amp. So you gotta get that dosing that gives you 25 or something. Ah. Nah, you're crazy, you're wrong. Alright, anyway. Gorm Dog. So how does damage bonuses work? I'll explain that really quick. So damage. So if I have +1 damage on an item, depending on what item it is, it's either going to be global or local. So, for example, if I have an item, I don't think I have any items in my inventory that add damage. Yeah, I don't think I have any items that add damage. But if you have an item that adds damage, so like a deadly item, it will add the damage onto your attacks. So my damage right now on my character sheet, damage a d8 plus 1, or sorry, plus 11. That's coming with the fact that I have a 16 strength, which gives me 3 damage, and my weapon is a plus 6, which gives me an extra 6 damage, and then I get 2 damage from somewhere. I think this, to Canny Vigor, which gives plus 2 bonus to damage. Give me a total of 11 damage. So that's essentially how damage works. So if you have an item that adds plus 1 to damage, on every single attack that you make, if this item would go from 11 to 12. So you get an extra damage. And before you say that there's no Warforged in the Forgotten Realms, how about this, Rothko? You ever heard of... It's in here somewhere. What about the Ancient Gemstone Docent, huh? That's in Forgotten Realms. So there we go. But yeah, if you have 1 point of damage on an item, so if you have an item that's deadly, and so it's like deadly 1 plus 1 damage, it'll add the damage onto your weapon that you're currently using. If you're using a weapon and a shield, it adds it to a weapon and a shield. If you have 2 weapons, it adds plus 1 to damage to both weapons. So if I have like a sword in one hand and a sword in the other hand, both of them get plus 1. Alright, kids. So, now it's the discussion portion. I had a lot of people message me and asking me a question, and a surprising number of people messaged me because I did post a build on the forums, and I'm currently writing up a second build guide for this character. I had a bunch of people message me, and they asked me how do I come up with the characters that I made? Where do I get the ideas? Like, how do I do it? And how do I come up with a character that's cohesive and it works together? So I'm like, okay. Oh, how about melee range power? Melee range power is really easy. So your melee range power is right here. It's under weapon power, this sword. You put your mouse over it. For every point of melee power, it gives you 1%. For every point, it's a percent. So if you have 50% melee power, you get 50% more damage. So, yeah. There's that. That's just how that works. But yeah, I've had a lot of people message me and ask me, how do you come up with your character builds? How do you do it? Where do you get your ideas? Where's your inspiration? Because I wrote the Arcane Archer build, I'm writing this build guide. How do I come up with my ideas? Well, I want to go through that, so in case you make characters, and maybe they're not always the best, or maybe you just struggle finding that kind of creative spark, I'm just going to walk you through the process that hits me when I come up with this. Because, as I'm sure some of you might know that I'm about to repost right now, I did create a poll here, where you can vote and tell me what you want me to play next. This website. All my builds that are on here. Add friend. All the builds that are on there, I had to write and think of in my brain, and I had to come up with an idea of where they were going to come from. So, let's take a step into my office, into my brain, and I'm going to kind of walk you through it. So we're going to log out first, and we're going to be making a character here. Sort of going through the whole steps. So the first thing I'm going to do when I make a character is I just hit create. That's the DDO store. Yo, my mouse is over create, man. What is this? I'm going to hit create, and I'm going to look at the characters, and I'm literally just going to go through the classes and be like, does anything jump out at me? So I'm like, oh man, spell, druid, and if something jumps out at me right away, I'm on the bus to work or something, and I'm just doing whatever, or somebody says something, or I see somebody play something, and I think it's cool, I'll be like, all right, that's what I'm going to do right now. I see it, I think it's cool, and I'm going to do it. That's the easiest part. That's the first step. If nothing really jumps out at me, though, and I'm like, man, none of these characters seem really interesting, the next step that I take is I hit up a couple extra resources, and I'm going to flip the scene here, which should be this one. Aha! So it still works. The first place I go to is I head to the Dungeons & Dragons Online release notes. So if I don't see anything jumping out there, I head to the numbers. You know, the numbers usually tell you what's really cool. And don't worry, we'll be checking out the half-elf tree. So I go through the patch notes, and I just read them. I just really quickly read them, and I see what's changed. So I say, okay, let's see here. Items, I don't care about this. This is just the patch. Something works with Embolden. So maybe Embolden is better. So maybe I should think about using Embolden. And perfect. So then I close this one. What's the patch notes for that? The full release. So it's got a whole bunch of stuff. Epic Destinies. Oh, there's new feats? Oh, let me look through these new feats. Maybe there's something cool here. I check, I check through the feats, epic levels, that kind of thing. And essentially I just read through it. So that's kind of how I came up with the Force Wizard character that I'm playing right now. I saw this. I saw a Master of Arcane Knowledge, and I was like, oh, that seems like really cool. And then you keep scrolling down past that. I don't care about legendary feats. And where is it? They buffed Intimidate, so they changed it. So I'm like, oh, Intimidate actually kind of works now. It's a bit stronger than it was before. And enhancements, they also, where is it? Oh, the enhancement's not here. They must have buffed it previously. But yeah, I just checked through it. I just looked through these. Oh, here it is. Enhancements. Arcane Bolt is now affected by spell power. So that's how I came up with this build. I couldn't figure out what to play, so I went through the update 29 release notes and I played it there. So I found it right there. And then again, you just keep going back. So enhancements. Arcane Archer has been received numerous changes. Well, I looked through. Paralyzingly changed it. Ooh, elemental damage. A D8 scales with die per every time you take a point. Jeez, I didn't know this. That's ridiculous. That looks like a lot of damage. That's how I came up with the elemental damage build, you know? So, essentially, I just read through the patch notes. So if you've played the game for a long time and you can't come up with a new idea, just hit some patch notes. Find a character class that has changed. Oh, what? Deepwood Stalker is new? I'm going to play one of those. Literally just play it. Don't ask. Just play it. And then finally, DDO Wiki. When I run out of ideas, and I'm like, I don't know what to play right now, I went through the patch notes, nothing's really jumping out at me, I hit the DDO Wiki. This website has pretty much all the information you ever need for Dungeons & Dragons Online. Super useful tool. Fantastic. So, starting off, I always just click Enhancements. I just click Enhancements right away. And I look through this list of enhancements. So I look through the enhancements list right here. And I just go through it and say, have I seen all these? Because I've played almost everything. But what haven't I ever seen? So one of the character classes I want to play is a Henshin Mystic. Why? I don't know what this does. So I click Henshin Mystic. I don't know what this does. I've never seen this before. Keybolt? No, I've never seen a single player cast that. Incineration Wave? Or Incinerating Wave? That sounds really cool. I've never seen a player cast that. Cauldron of Flame? I've never ever seen a player cast this. I've never seen this stuff. I don't know what this does. What is this character class? Never seen it before in my life. So, I want to try it. I want to make one. It's really easy. I just pick a class that I've just never played before, and I've never seen anybody else play it. What else have I never seen before? Arcano Technician. What's this? What does this do? Let's see. It's spell casting. What? Spell-like abilities? Metamagic feats? I don't understand. Aren't artificers the guys that pew pew pew? Well, according to this wiki post, artificers can do things that aren't exclusively shooting the crossbow. So I just go ba-boom. Check it out. What is this? Wow, look at all these abilities. Lightning vulnerability. Cool. So, bam. And that's essentially what I do from there. I just go through the wiki and I just look at the character classes. I just go through the little trees and I say, okay, this sounds kind of neat. I'm going to play this next. And then finally, if I can't figure out one of these, and for the record, I do know most of these. I have actually played an Arcano Technician. I had a lot of fun playing Arcano Technician, largely because there's a spell right here called Blast Rod, so it activates the spell Blast Rod. All you have to do, go into a quest, okay, with the Artificer, put Blast Rod into your spell book, and start casting this like crazy. If you put Blast Rod in the game, and you maximize, empower, heighten all the spell-like abilities to the spell, or sorry, all the metamagic feats to Blast Rod, you'll be one-shotting monsters, by the way. Like, literally one-shotting monsters. You can hit with this for up to 2,500 damage on crits in Heroics. I know, I've played an Artificer with this. And you will have people sending you messages in party chat and private chat saying, what's that spell? I've never seen this before. What class are you playing? People that have played the game for a long time, they have no idea. They've never seen Blast Rod because nobody uses it. So that's kind of what I like to do. I kind of like to just pick something that nobody uses. Because people will just say it's bad. But how do you know it's bad until you devote 80 hours of your entire life into figuring out how horribly, cripplingly bad it is? Is Henshin Mystic bad? I don't know. I'm going to play it for 80 hours. I'm going to find out. Is Archmage bad? So, because they just changed it. Well, I just played Archmage. I can tell you, Archmage is pretty damn good. So I, I, it's great. It's what I'm going to be playing. So just you got to test it. You got to spend 80 hours doing it. And if anybody tells you like, oh, well, I looked at it, it didn't seem very good, so I think it's bad, you can't do that. You have to test it out. You'll never know until you actually do it. And now finally, we're going to be looking at the half elf. So half elf, bam. I don't know. What does this do? I have no idea. How do you make a half elf character? So as a half elf, you can choose which heritage you take, which is human or elven. So you either take human or elven heritage, human or elven versatility, whatever. Lyrandir Dragonmark is fine. Dilettante. I know you get a dilettante. I don't exactly understand how this works. I don't understand how dilettante works. Although getting free points to your charisma to your saves is kind of neat as a bard, without having to take paladin levels. That seems kind of cool. Dilettante special ability. Oh god. Again, this looks like stuff that's like, you have to really read through it. I feel like you could really min-max with a half-elf if you put a lot of points in the tree. So I think it'd be pretty good. Occult Slayer Barbarian makes spell resistance work. Oh god. And that's the other thing. You can go on the forums and you'll find out all these different builds and you'll be like, man, these builds seem like they're kind of cool, but are they good for me? I don't know. I don't know if they're good for you. You really just have to play it out. Yeah, you get Call Lightning Storm from the Dragonmark and Electric Loop. So those are pretty good spells. So you just gotta play it. You just gotta literally sit there and say, oh, I'm gonna do it. Like Tempest, 10% offhand attacks? I don't know. Is this stuff good? I don't know. So yeah, you just gotta play it, man. You literally, that's all you gotta do. You just gotta play it. So that's pretty much it. And then finally, there's the how do you make a good character? And this is the hardest part. I've talked about this. I've talked about, how do I pick what character I'm going to play? But then you get to this screen, and it's like, okay, well, how do I make a good character? How do I take all that information that I just put into my brain and make a good character? That's where just the knowledge comes in. If you're not sure what to do and you don't know how to do it, that's when you hit up the forums, you make a forum post. You just go, you type in, and you say, hey guys, I want to play this specific character, help. But you have to make sure you keep the topic on focus. If you say, hey guys, I really like, and then you insert a class, I really like Bard, but I also really like Warforged. How do I make a Warforged Bard? You hit the forums, you post that in, and then people are going to write, well, the first thing you do is you don't make a Warforged because Warforged Bard's bad. And you just ignore those threads, and people will eventually help you and give you the advice that you need if they know a little bit more about the class or things like that. So that's essentially the thought process, and that's how I do it. So if you're wondering when you're looking through this list, see if I can pull it up on here. If you're wondering how I actually came up with the list, here's the votes, by the way. If you're wondering how I came up with this, it's pretty simple. So be a Warforged is because Warforged are harder to play because Repair Amp sucks and repairing sucks. So that's why Warforged is there to make it more challenging. The Deathsinger Bard, I don't see any pure spellcaster bards. Every bard, 100%, are swashbucklers. So I'm like, I'll just leave this on the list. Why not? Megman X Artificer, I told myself, and this is really important. Where is it here? Release notes. If I go to the DDO wiki, I go enhancements. Really, 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 really cool. If you actually go into the Battle Engineer, it's really strange. Right here, Battle Engineer, weapon training, hand and half training. Cool story. It actually gives you Bastard Swords and Dwarven War Axe damage. So I thought to myself, hey, why don't I use single weapon fighting, use a Bastard Sword, and then use the Rune Armor on the other hand? And then I'm basically like Mega Man X from Mega Man X6. Super cool. Why don't I just play that? So that's how I came up with that one. Where's my straw poll? So that's how I came up with the Mega Man X build. I was like, well, what if you have the Rune Arm constantly firing it in melee so it can't miss, and you're just swinging around with your sword, and you're basically Mega Man X. Super cool. Mystic Monk. Little, as I said, nobody fucking plays this, so that's how I decided. Arcane Archer Cleric. This one's super easy. Actually, well, not super easy. It's the one I probably had the hardest trouble actually coming up with. Clerics. Sorry, not clerics. Arcane Archers, if I go to the Arcane Archer tree. This is the Elven Arcane Archer tree. Elves get access to this just by putting points in the Elf tree. So you have to put points in the Elf tree. So if I load up the Elf tree, you got to put points in the Elf tree. But then after you get, what is this, 10 points in the tree, you can unlock Arcane Archer tree. And the Arcane Archer tree gives you Paralyzing Arrows at tier 4. That scales off of your Wisdom. So what you do is you play a Cleric Okay, you play a cleric. Where's the cleric tree? Cleric. And you go Radiant Servant. So you play a Radiant Servant cleric. And what's really important is Radiant Servant is pacifism. You get positive energy spell power, but minus 50 spell power and cannot critically hit with other spell types and deal minus 1 weapon damage. True story, you don't actually need to deal damage to apply paralyzing arrows. So the whole purpose of this build, you can't play by yourself, is you have to play the game. You have to use paralyzing arrows to paralyze the enemies, even though you're doing 0 damage with your bow. You use your wisdom to your chance to hit through your Zen archery, and you use the rest of your spells for healing. You become a pure support caster. You just run around with your bow, paralyzing everything and healing your allies. You do no damage. Is it going to work? I don't know. Probably doesn't work, but whatever. I'll try it out. And that's how I came up with that build. It just seemed neat because you can combine the two. Acrobat, just an acrobat. Nobody plays acrobat. Ice Queen, nobody plays an ice sorcerer. You know what? There's every other kind of sorcerer. You see fire sorcerers, you see acid sorcerers, you see lightning sorcerers. Nobody plays ice sorcerers. I want to play an ice sorcerer. I want to turn into a water elemental and hit guys with ice damage. Ice spells are the coolest things ever. Welcome, Lyrical. Hope you're having fun. Dash and Scoundrel, it's just a swashbuckler. I want to play it, but I'm going to be forced to play a Warforged, so I want to see what happens. Death Bomber is just a favorite soul. I couldn't think of anything creative for favorite souls, so blah, blah, blah. The fighter, the CC bot, it's actually changing. I'm going to be doing the full controller fighter. So I'm going to be playing it with this controller as the challenge. It'll actually be a challenge fighter, so you have to play it with the controller. And that's going to be hard, okay? The Dwarlock is a melee dwarf warlock. The idea is that in Dwarf, I'll show this off because I can. I have access to the tree. Use this website, by the way. If you don't use the wiki, please use the wiki. It's so easy. Wow, that actually shows way too much of my screen. Why is that doing that? I'm going to move that to the side here. Hey, I have chat actually on the side here. Anyway, what you want to do with the dwarf enhancements, all the way at the top, you're going to see this weird thing. Throw your weight around. You can use your constitution to deal damage? Holy crap. So I'm like, well, what if you play a warlock? And so warlock, where is it? Warlock, and you use Enlightened Spirit. And you go melee, so you get all the constitution out of this tree. You get all the different points of constitution. You pick up the final point here, the ultimate enlightenment, which gives you constitution. And then you use Dwarfen War Axe, and you single weapon fight that shit. Think of the damage, and you get so much crazy, ridiculous life. Man, life, I'm talking about it. So that's Dwarlock. So I'm telling you. Occult Slayer could be good, but we'll see. Standard Barbarian, dude, I don't know how to make a special Barbarian. I wanted to make like an unarmed Barbarian, but there's no unarmed attack, so I have no idea how to make a cool Barbarian. Somebody's going to help me. I want to try a Bowbarian, but I feel like Bowbarian would be just such a headache to play because you need decks for everything. So we'll see. And then the one I really, really want to do, I'm actually already playing, because I love it so much, the Wisdom-based Frostwolf. The idea is you play as a Frostwolf, but you don't focus on melee, so your strength is actually pretty low. You focus on super high wisdom, and you use all the spellcasting abilities. So that way you get all the freezes, you get the chain lightning, call lightning storms, your frost breath, your ice slide, the howl of terror, so you get the full AoE paralyze. So you become basically a CC caster. So that would be pretty cool. And that's pretty much how I came up with the build and the list. I had a bunch of people messaging me, like legit, like 7 people messaged me and were like, "Hey, how do you come up with your builds and where do you get these ideas?" So the next time you're making a new character and you're gonna re-roll something, do what I do. Go through the release notes. Be like, okay, well, what was the newest change class? Just sit around on the wiki. Pick characters. Be like, I've never heard of Kensei. I don't even know what Kensei is. What does Kensei do? What is this? Alacrity? Huh? Like, I never heard of this. So check it out. Look into something that you may have never done before. Because you might find that diamond in the rough. You might find that hidden gem nobody plays. So it's kind of cool. 15 dex, plus 5 dex to 1, plus 1 dex via level up, and you can get combat archery. You can. Oh, man. Barbarian. I don't even know if, a lot of the things work. Do the Ravager enhancements even work with Barbarian? Because I'm pretty sure blood strength is... Oh, it's each time you land a hit, it just scales with melee power. That's the other problem, is everything scales with melee power. So you get, melee power and stuff all over the place. So yeah, you play the game to have fun. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta play the game to have fun. So I hope you guys have fun. Lyrical, I'm glad you have fun with this game. It's really important. I'm using the fire spell power from Divine Disciple to buff fire arrows on a 20 cleric. See, the problem with that, Gormdog, if using the fire spell power, from Divine Disciple to buff fire arrows. Oh, that's actually behind the camera. I'll move this over here. The problem with doing this right here, using the fire spell power, is that you're dealing damage, right? And if you're dealing damage, you're not supporting your team because the team's not getting the damage. So I think that's really a problem. Kill a fighter with a repeating crossbow that is centered. Yeah, see? There you go. Now you're using your noggin. So it's crazy. Like there's way too many options. Well, I hope my stream makes you want to play some more. I don't know if you heard about this. There's a game out there called Dungeons & Dragons Online. It's one of the greatest games ever made by any company ever. So, yeah, pretty good game. Wait, this isn't centered? Why isn't this centered? That's really weird. It was centered before. Huh. I'll have to flip that back. I'll have to figure out a way to get this on. Yeah, man, greatest game ever. I love it. So I'm glad you went back and played VIP. VIP is the only way to play this game. Like, it's too good. I'm telling you. But yeah, so that's the stream for the day. I hope you guys had a wonderful time. I'm still gonna be here for a couple minutes because I'm not done yet. My time's not over. I just kind of ran out of topics to talk about. Dungeons & Dragons Online is a game where you can essentially play by yourself for 20 levels until you actually learn where all the traps are and not die in every quest. And then people will actually invite you to their groups. Just kidding. Man, I have so many characters. See, this is what happens when you're me. These are all test characters. Like, okay, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Is this going to work? I have all these test characters I just make before I actually play them because I have to find out. Currently one that I'm enjoying a lot, which I'm going to be playing myself, Paw Patrol, my druid. Oh my god. This character's awesome. Warforged, caster-based druid. I'm telling you, it's good. I'm gonna log it in right now. That's the thing, you can't elite streak if you don't subscribe to the game, man. I highly recommend it. Playing with VIP, it makes the game way better. You get run speed, you get XP, and you can open every quest on elite. Exactly. So yeah, this character class that I'm actually playing, this is the Frostwolf that I want to make. It's a Warforged, of course, so my wisdom is 2 less than it would normally be. However, it's really cool. Cold Breath does a ton of damage. Call Lightning Storm's really, really good when you're just meleeing stuff. Call Lightning is fantastic because you can just use it as range and pick people off. And Flame Strike does a lot of really good damage. And the way this character works is I've got pretty much splitting the points up between Season's Herald and Nature's Warrior, and also going to be putting points in the Warforged tree. Eventually, I want to get Natural Adept, so I don't have to worry about the extra cooldowns in animal form. So then that way, all my spells have an extremely short cooldown. This character is going to be pretty cool. Plus, wolves are adorable. Like, I love the way they leap around, and they jump back and forth, like arf, 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 and they slash, dance. Also, look at how happy he is. He's a robot, but he's so happy. So that's what I'm telling you. Why did I choose Warforged? Because if you play a Warforged, you get a minus to Wisdom. That's why I played Warforged. Also, bear in mind, while you're in Wolf form, you do not gain immunity to energy drain like you do when you're Warforged, so you actually lose that. So all the benefits you gain while playing Warforged, all these Warforged traits, you lose while in Wolf form. You gain a -2 on Wisdom. And, what else is there? Yeah, you get a -2 on Wisdom. You lose all your Warforged traits. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. You're forgetting about the -2 on Wisdom, right? Like, if you're playing a character class which is highly dependent on DCs, you have to have your -2 on Wisdom. Like, I don't know where your brain is going. Yeah, exactly, you're a robot, so I can just run around, and then all of a sudden, you're sitting there, like, okay, how about this? Have you ever, literally, have you ever, and I guarantee you, not even one of you is going to come up with a single example, have you ever been playing the game, and then you're just sitting in town, you know, and you're like at the auctioneer, hold on, let me do this, I'm going to do this to a player, I'm going to find a player, I'm doing this, no way, let's go Wolfie, come on, arf, 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 where's the player? I'm going to find a player, I'm going to show this, this is something that's never happened, something that's literally never happened. In the history of Dungeons & Dragons Online, we're going to do something new. Brand new, never been done before, okay? You're seeing it here, first time. Look at this guy. This guy, Callosity, he's from Ravensguard. He's a warlock, okay? Ravensguard, biggest guild on the server, 200 level. He's been probably playing this game for the past like 200 years. He's a DDO god. He's never seen this before. There's a wolf in front of him. Wolf. There's a warforged underneath. There's a warforged underneath. Never seen that. He's never seen that. He's literally been playing the game. He's never seen that. Then I go back into wolf form. He never knew it was a robot. He never knew. His mind is blown. The reason he's not moving right now, it looks like he's AFK. He's not actually AFK. His mind has just like blasted out the back of his skull, and he's fallen back in his chair. He doesn't even know what to do. I just murdered someone on stream. I'm so sorry. Look at this. Look at this guy. This guy, he's got his crazy sword. He's a warforged, and he's like, oh look, it's a dog in front of me. Look, it's a little doggy to play with my dog. It's a dog. Oh, look at this guy. He's all happy. Look at him. He's excited. He's gonna dance with me until he realizes he's actually dancing with a robot. I bet he's never seen that. This guy's blown his mind. He's doing the river dance, but he doesn't realize I'm actually a robot. So, like, literally no better way to describe it. So I'm just saying, like, you want to blow minds? Oh, it's you? I'm sorry, I'm murdering you, dude. Okay, you just blew my mind. Just, and that's what you get. So thank you guys for watching the Strimstream. I hope you guys had a lot of fun here on the DDO stream. Make sure to follow the channel. Also, even more important than following the channel, you might not think there's anything more important than that. But what's more important than following the channel is, of course, following my channel. Not important. This is about the same importance. Please go to Strimtom and follow it if you like my content, if you like this stream. Be sure to tune in every single Monday because I will be doing it again. And next week we'll be doing a giveaway for the Menace of the Underdark expansion pack. Super cool expansion pack. Comes with Druid, comes with some super cool quests, standard edition. I don't have enough money to fork out for the high editions for you guys. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hope you guys learned something, had a good time. Next week, depending on how much I play, I'll be doing, I might be TRing, although I might just do a stream to show off the Archmage feats. And also this week, for sure, I'm going to be streaming on my channel. I got this controller to work with the Warden class from Lord of the Rings Online. I actually already have it set up. It works. So I'm going to be streaming some of that, some Street Fighter Warden. So it'll be pretty cool. So, yeah. So, thank you guys. Oh my god, did you hear that sound? Did you see that, guys? Did you see that, guys? I got a new follower on my stream. I even got that set up, so now I've got a thing to make something show up on the stream. That's pretty cool. Makes me happy. Oh. Anyways, I'm going to start streaming on my channel, so if you're interested, please pop over there. It'll be the after stream. A lot more cursing. A lot more cursing. Mostly just more cursing. Cursing. And beer. I'm going to grab another beer, too. Alright. Peace.